semi-finals, and it's really going to play itself out because Spain have a variety of threats, don't they, Jules?
They certainly do. And Faye, I was just wondering, on the importance of today, what does it mean to you? Because you've captained England at 4 major tournaments, 2 World Cups, you've got the Euros as well, but just how far it has gone since your playing time with England and the importance and what it will mean should England progress to victory and lift the World Cup today.
Yeah, well, it's huge, isn't it? I mean, I've said it many a time in interviews over this last few weeks, is that they go on to win the World Cup. It realises my dream and every former Lioness's dream. You know, once you're a Lioness, you're there championing the team forever. And I mean, we tried our best with what we were, what platform we had in my time, and obviously Karen will know about that and experience that as well as a little bit further on in her career with these current group of players, some of them. But yeah, it's now they're given the platform to really compete at the highest level, training day in, day out in their clubs, everything. And we always knew we had talent. We always knew we were so close. Look, we got to the final, the Euro final in 2009. Then we've been getting to semis regularly in the Worlds. Yeah, I mean, I'm just so proud to have been on part of this journey and to watch these players and know what it feels like. I know the weight of wanting to promote our game, to put it on a new platform, and we're seeing that now with the media and everything getting involved. And these girls now will come back as national heroes no matter what the result is today, and that's all we dreamed of in my time.
I want to talk to you more about Millie Bright in a few moments, but just to get your thoughts, Lucy Bryant, I was talking to her just a few days ago at base camp up in Terrigal before they packed everything down and moved down here to Sydney for this final game. She was saying to me that England can perform better, and it's frightening to think that.
Yeah, I mean, Lucy, she's just so amazing with the kind of work rate and attitude and desire that she has. And, she's the main heartbeat, I think, of this team as well, driving it on to success and believing to get to the top level. Look at what she's done in her club career as well. But, yeah, she's just so... I've just seen her interview before this final, and she's just so calm and composed and takes it, off like water off a duck's back, really. And that's what you need. You need a player that you look to and you just see how they're playing, how they're behaving, and you believe. And I think not only Serena brings that to this group, but Lucy does too.
Well, Lucy was one of the first players on the pitch once the team coach had arrived, and she was grinning from ear to ear. And she sort of took that time, looked to see where her family were in the stands below us, and gave them that little wave. She looked so relaxed and so confident. And she also spoke to me about Millie Bright as well, who was out for 3 months with a knee injury, and her first game back was England's opening World Cup match against Haiti, which seems so long ago now. But today, Millie Bright, England captain, she will lead England out to their first World Cup final, and that was something that was beyond her wildest dreams as a child.
I think as a kid you dream of being amazing at something, and for me that was football. You dream of being successful, and I think as a kid you do dream of lifting silverware. I'd never envisioned leading the girls out at a World Cup final, but definitely always dreamt of lifting that trophy up, whatever trophy it was. So this is the trophy that we've been wanting for a long time. So yeah, to finally get our shot at it, we're so prepared and just excited to get out there now.
And dreams were such a hallmark of last summer, of course, that glorious night at Wembley. What can you take from that experience as a group of winning the European Championship to help you deal with the occasion of this first ever Women's World Cup final for England?
The biggest thing for me is the mentality, and I think it's the same mentality we've had from start to finish. We've remained in our bubble, we've stayed in our lane, we've controlled the controllables, which is us, our group, everything that we do every day, the daily habits, the fighting mentality to always find a way to win. And even going back to last summer, we, as much as there was so much noise around everything, we still remained 2 feet on the ground at all times, and we went game by game. And that's the same thing we've done this summer. There's been a lot of talk, a lot of noise outside, whether it's performances, how we've been doing, and for us, the belief inside the group has not once gone below 100% of us believing in ourselves, and I think that's key in sport. Everyone's always got opinions. That is the beauty of the game, but for us, the belief has been there from start to finish.
How much has Serena inspired that level-headedness, that feet on the ground?
Yeah, massively. I think she sets the tone in everything that we do, and she creates an environment for us to be expressive, to play with confidence and to really enjoy our football. And I think when you are really enjoying your football, you relax a lot more, and you're so confident in what you're doing, and that actually all you can do is go out there and give 100%, and if it's your night, it's your night. But I think as a team we've always found a way to make it our night, and that comes down for me from, like you said, Serena.
You'll be in that tunnel with the captain's armband on, about to lead out England in their first ever Women's World Cup final. What will be going through your mind at that moment? Who will you be thinking of?
All my family, all the English fans in the crowd, but also back home. We know you're supporting us. We're really proud of you. Yeah, I think it'll just be a proud moment, but ultimately my focus will be on, stepping up in the game and, playing like we've played all tournament.
That's the England captain, Millie Bright, talking to Vicky Sparks. We can just see shots of Billie Jean King. She's here tonight for this World Cup final. She looks like she's waiting to be interviewed pitch side. Faye, talking about Millie Bright, she's had to step up to be captain in the absence of Leah Williamson. She's taken on that role. She hardly kicked a ball for 3 or 4 months before the tournament started. She's played every single game. She's had to deal with a different partnership and different formation as well. I was just wondering if I could get your thoughts, because it's not just as easy to say Millie Bright England captain, isn't it, considering the role that she's had to take on at this World Cup?
Yeah, incredible really how she's dealt with it all, and you kind of put that in a sense where the attention and the kind of extra responsibilities that she'll need to take on are growing all the time as the game grows. Obviously, look at the growth since the Euros, and yeah, I mean, I know what it's like to have to make your first game after quite a long injury in a championship, in a tournament. It's a lot of pressure, and she's handled it brilliantly. I mean, the first game, I think she'll admit she was a little bit rusty, trying to force passes that she normally would do and just hadn't got a range in. But I mean, since that, she did perform well considering what she'd been through and what she was being asked to hold on. And then obviously since that game, every performance has just got better and better and more, authoritative. Sorry, and that China performance, stepping out, winning the ball, and then setting up goals as well, and brilliant. I mean, I can't talk highly enough of her. I know what those responsibilities are. I was the same with Leah in the Euros. Champion her, because it takes a lot more than just playing and worrying about yourself when you're England captain. So incredible what she's doing. And actually, why I was listening to that little VT there when you were saying about walking out as England captain, I'm welling up. I'm feeling emotional now, let alone, and I know what that feeling feels like again. And it's just to see someone do it in this level of game. I'm like, amazing, and I just wish her and the team all the best, and that they put the performance on we know they can, and I believe they're going to do it. I really do.
And just as you're talking about Millie Bright, Faye, the banner again has just popped up. Shine Bright Millie. Billie Jean King, if you can hear in the background, the rendition of Sweet Caroline is being blasted through the PA speakers here. Billie Jean King is joining in. Karen Bardsley, you were having a little moment there as well, weren't you?
I was. I mean, it's so special. Like, the atmosphere is absolutely incredible here. Like, it's just filling up. I mean, there's not really a bias, I think, as we were in the previous semi-final. There's a huge bias obviously towards the Matildas, and it feels like this so far is pretty evenly balanced. But I mean, to have an absolute legend like Billie Jean King, I mean, I was gonna join in, but I haven't gotten the voice for it, to be honest. But I mean, Faye, I really wanted to touch on something real quick. I mean, can you talk a little bit about the off the pitch kind of responsibilities for the captaincy that Millie would have kind of experienced? Because I remember when I first joined the squad, you were stuck with me, welcome me into the squad, and we're like, who's this kid that's just flown across the Atlantic to get over here? You know what I mean? You had to kind of make me settle in, and I just thought that's something different. That obviously Millie's going to know these girls, really well, but it's through a different lens, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you think she was vice captain, wasn't she, during the Euros? So she's, had that role to then step up into another role where obviously that player, Leah, has been moved out because of injury, unfortunately. It's big shoes to fill in a way, but Yeah, it's all about, you know, trying to make every player feel important, feel part of the group, be that communication between the manager, which sometimes it wasn't easy in my day, trust me, you know, but I know things have moved on, and you know, with Serena coming in, it's very different. You've got to kind of try and manage the manager too, back with the players, and, you know, more media responsibilities. There's just, you know, we used to have lots of meetings, didn't we? And you've got to try and just balance everyone. You've got to try and give everyone a voice, so it's not just the same people talking all the time. Make everyone feel like they're part of this and they have a part to play. And yeah, as well as try and relax and do your own job. So yeah, Millie is she stepped up, and you see she's a leader in her club as well. But I do think nowadays we got lots of leaders like yourself, Karen. When you come in and you would put your voice, people listened, you know, and that's I think important, that everyone has a voice and can put in when they feel they need to. And yeah, Millie's done a brilliant job.
Yeah, thanks for that, May. It doesn't sound like it's that easy. It's certainly not an enviable task, I don't think, but I think you're right. She's really slipped into the leadership role exquisitely, both on and off the pitch, and it's so great to hear, you know, what she's going to be thinking of. Obviously she'll be focused on the game, you know, but to kind of represent everyone back home, all the family, all the fans that have made, you know, an absolute trek to get out here and be out here for the course of the tournament. You know, fair play to everyone.
Well, Millie Bright will be leading England out in just over half an hour's time here in Stadium Australia. Don't forget full commentary of this World Cup final from 11 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. The World Service and BBC Local Radio will be joining us as well, and you can listen to our commentary if you want to, along with the BBC One pictures as well. Just press that red button on the screen. The atmosphere coming into this stadium, the fans, I don't know if you've seen it on the socials. By the way, get in touch if you want to give us your messages ahead of this final, 85058 or at 5 Live Sport. The fans over Sydney Harbour making their way here on the ferries from town. It was one heck of a sight if you want to see a look at it. It was in the sunshine because it's been a glorious day here in Sydney. The England fans having their blue and white bucket hats, the flags of St George. They were waving those flags above their heads, and they're in the blue England shirts as well, a lot of them, because those are the shirts that the England players will be wearing today for this match. We also saw shots of Serena Wiegmann as she left the team hotel to get onto the coach to bring the team here. She just had a cup of coffee in her hand just a few hours ago. That kind of mood, that kind of sense of being comfortable, that kind of sense of being relaxed was all over the film and the photos that have been taken of the England players as they left that team hotel. And it's also such a big day for Serena Wiegmann, although she won't tell you that. She's led both England and the Netherlands to the last 4 major tournament finals. Now, 4 years ago, she didn't win the World Cup with the Netherlands, but does she believe in fairy tales?
No, I don't believe in fairy tales, but of course it's very special to go to a final again, and I don't take anything for granted. I've never done. And you know, when you talk to people, you always say how special it is to make a final. And I'm together with Arjen, because for him is the fourth final too. Yeah, we feel like, oh wow, what's going on? And we're just doing our best. We prepare as good as we can, and we work with the best players in the world. With some of the best players in the world, like other teams have great players too. But it's just a privilege to work with them.
Serena Wiegmann then, I mean, she was never going to tell me if she believes in fairy tales, but Baroness Sue Campbell did tell me a few weeks ago that she called her the miracle worker, Faye White. Serena Wiegmann, Faye, it takes a special person, doesn't it, surely, to get to 4 major international tournaments?
Yeah, I mean, you look at that career, that pathway, and you think, wow, that's incredible. I think she certainly gave that similar feeling after the last game, didn't she, in the semis when she was interviewed. But I think I know from my time, I was after Hope Powell was manager, I was saying we just need a manager who now people are going to look to and believe that, because they've been there, they've done it. Serena knows, she used to be a player, 100 odd caps for the Netherlands, and she knows about the women's game inside out. And then she went and took a Dutch team who were very similar level to England during my time, and took them in 2017 when she took over as head coach to the final and won it in her own host, Euros, and then followed that up with the World Cup. She had a good group of players in the Dutch team, but equally she needs to make them believe, and that's what she's done with the England team. We've had the ability. We know we were so close. Look, two semi-finals before this one to get to a final, and that heartbreak that they felt. But it's a manager where if she tells you something, you've done it. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to do whatever you tell me to. I'm going to sit on the bench. I'm going to play in that position. Look at Rachel Daly playing in all the positions just to play for England, and doing a job that Serena's asked her to do. But yeah, she's a special person because I think she's made the team believe, and just that kind of relaxed style that she has off the pitch as well, allowing the players downtime. And we can't speak highly about her, can we? If she goes on and lifts this for us, wow. I bet it's going to be her time as well. So yeah, that's what you needed, a manager that can just do a bit of everything, be personable, be empathetic to the players, and I think she's done it brilliantly. And let's go one more game.
Ellen White, in her column on the BBC Sport website, says that Wiegman is the one that they've been waiting for. She brings it all together. And Karen, we've spoken a lot about Serena Wiegman in the last 5 weeks or so, working together so much on this tournament. You say she takes the emotion out of it, but she clearly does have that connection, and that is one of her skills. That's one of her skill set, the connection she has with this group of players.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when I refer to emotion and taking the emotion out of something, I mean, she's really focused on what's the best solution for the situation that she's in, what's best for the team, and sometimes emotion can cloud that, decision or that judgment, and she kind of just breaks everything down really, really logically and kind of understands all the component parts that go into that decision making and assesses them and addresses them. And, she's not alone in this. She has a fantastic staff as well around her. But I think that's the thing that I've really, really noticed about, some of the conversations I had. I was obviously struggling with injury when she took over, and we had a conversation about where are you in your rehab, and I was close to kind of getting back to, training again, and I had kind of one last physical test to pass, and I just couldn't pass it, and I just thought, I know that I'm never going to get back on the pitch again. But, we had a conversation about what that could look like, and, she, within an instant of picking up the phone and having a conversation, I felt like I could trust her and tell her anything, and I think that you can see the mutual respect that she has between her teammates and her staff, and she really is a captivating leader, and she's going to transform you into a better person and a better player.
Faye, just going back on that point you made about the emotion in the last game against Australia, Vivian Miedema, who won the Euros, obviously, with the Netherlands, with Serena Wiegman in 2017, she said on 5 Live Sport this week that she says that she's seen a bit of a different side to her in the World Cup. You can see that she's enjoying it. Viv was saying she enjoys winning. She was emotional after that game against Australia. She let it go a little bit more than usual, which is quite nice to see someone who has done so much already. What provoked her to let herself go just that little bit more, do you think?
I think it's the gravity of the moment. It's so special for a manager. I think she said it. You hope to play in 1 or 2 maybe as a player or a manager, and to think that she's done 4 already. It just looked like in that moment she knew it was possible with this group, but you obviously until you get there, because so much can happen in a tournament. But I think it was just that rare bit of glimpse of what it means to her really, and that how special it is. Because like I said, she was a player. She's played the game all those years ago when, no one was watching, and her journey through obviously it's what, like you say, we've all dreamed of, that the game would get to this level, but to be that successful with 2 different teams, it's just great to see that side of her. But it just shows she is human, and she has this enormous responsibility, but the appreciation, I think, and that's because she knows where the game's come from, I believe.
But she also seems to have enjoyed the challenge, because it hasn't been straightforward, has it, Faye, for England in this World Cup? They came into the tournament as one of the favourites, and they're in the final now. On those early performances in the group matches, especially against Nigeria, there were question marks about how far England would progress if you based it on some of the performances. But the challenges that they faced, and even before England came into this tournament, she always talks about not leaving any stone unturned. And I asked her this week about how many stones she has unturned, and she just seems to have enjoyed the challenge of trying to find the solutions for England to get them to where they are here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you say, that's what you want when you're playing, isn't it? You want to play against the best players. I remember you want to play against the big names, the big strikers. And as a coach, she'll want to be in these positions to challenge herself, to get the best out of herself and her players. But I think, well, see, to have that before the tournament, to have that record of, 36 games unbeaten before Australia or something, and then, to have the target on their back. I said before the tournament, they come into this with a target on their back because, they're European champions now. I remember what it was like when I played against Germany, who are European champions. You want to be the one that can hold them to a draw or beat them for the first time. And so, it's hard when you've got that level of expectation. But, yeah, the way the team have adapted, and it almost like she relishes these tests, doesn't it? And has that calmness, I think, which she relays to the team that says, we will cope with this. We can do it. I trust you. I trust you to find the way as well. And it's a great partnership so far.
Well, we are 27 minutes away from kickoff here. Closer, that means, to commentary of Spain against England in this Women's World Cup final. The players, both sets of players, are leaving the pitch. 11 o'clock kickoff, this World Cup final on BBC 5 Live and BBC Sounds as well. Stadium Australia is our venue tonight, and we can hear from an England captain who lifted a World Cup in this very stadium 20 years ago.
180 years after William Webb Ellis picked up the ball and ran with it, Martin Johnson lifts the William Webb Ellis Cup, and England are world champions here at the Telstra Stadium in Sydney.
Get on the field and play the game and zone a lot of that out for me. And you do that anyway. I think when you play in big stadia, when you train on them, and you start looking up how big it is, you go, oh my God, it's massive, it's cavernous. You don't really notice that on match day in many ways. You obviously hear the crowd and feel it, but you're so focused on the field and your colleague, and so you're just on the football field doing what you do, which is win games, which they've done. There was a headline on the website, BBC website, when they won their quarter, something, I don't know what exactly was about them, almost limping on. You've won.
Yeah.
When you lose there, that's the nasty bit. If you're winning those games, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you win. And when you're the favourites, you've always, there's an expectation if you don't win well, whatever that means, that's not a great win. You go through. For big games, I think experience just taught me, the way I handled it was it's just a game. Yes, we enjoy the whole thing of it being a World Cup to a point. Enjoy the whole build-up to it, but it's a game and you want to win it. Because I'd lost semi-finals of World Cups, quarter-finals of World Cups, Lions series. There's no joy in that at all. There's no joy in that at all. It's hollow, horrible feeling. There would have been no joy in getting to that final and losing it. We still had Jason Leonard there from '91. Those boys were, they'll think about that, losing that game, I'm sure, till the day they die. So there's no joy in doing that. You've got to win it. Once you get there, go and win it. Then you can take the moment in.
The Rugby Union World Cup winning captain Martin Johnson and what he thinks the lionesses need to do to lift the Women's World Cup today. The lights have been dimmed here in Stadium Australia. The final emblazoned on the pink giant screen to my right. The closing ceremony is about to get underway for this World Cup, and Katie Smith has got the best seat in the house. She is pitch side. What can you tell us? You saw the players as they left. You could hear the roars as they made their way back down the tunnel to make way for this closing ceremony, which is about to get underway, Katie. What could you tell us about what the vibe and the expressions on the faces as they went down that tunnel?
Oh, it's so good, Jules. I wouldn't trade this for anything in the world. It's amazing. I'm right, it's crammed in, actually. There is so much media down here. I've got Germany to my left. I've got BBC TV to my right. Someone else down below me. I'm not sure where they came from, but they're doing something. I'm not going to interrupt. Yeah, I'm right by the pitch, just behind the goal. I had Mary Earps just next to me, meters away, looking very calm as ever. Serious face on Lucy Bronze as well, taking a moment to herself just to look up at the crowd and take in these flags. If I turn around behind me where the crowd are, the England supporters have laid flags over the hoardings. We've got Luton Town FC, the pride of Bedfordshire. We've got Leeds United, QPR are here, Manchester's Lionesses are here, and everywhere I look, there are England fans popping up. The flag of St George flying proudly. It feels like an England-centric crowd over this end anyway. And now we've got this closing ceremony about to begin. But I have been rubbing shoulders with general sporting royalty, Jules. I was meters away moments ago from Billie Jean King. She's hot-footed it over from Wimbledon. She was with us there for 5 Live for a bit, wasn't she? And now she's watching this, a great supporter of women's sport. And it just feels like the perfect occasion to have the likes of her here.
We did see her earlier being interviewed on television, just as Sweet Caroline was blaring out of the speakers just for that moment, and she was joining in with absolute gusto. And Lucy Bronze, Katie, just very, very quickly, when I saw her, she was the first player to get off that team coach through the tunnel and onto the pitch. She was grinning from ear to ear as the lights have been dimmed and the camera phones have been held up and the torches are now flashing. But Lucy Bronze, you talk about confidence and being relaxed. If there's any player that is that, she is that and more.
Absolutely, and we had the privilege of chatting to George, her brother, actually earlier on 5 Live Breakfast in the build-up, and he said, you know, it's nothing new for them. It's icy cold in her veins. He said she was more interested in how her dog was doing this morning than anything else. They haven't spoken to her for a couple of days. I thought it was interesting, though. She was first out onto the turf, wasn't she? Gave a look around, and just watching how the different players prepare. Chloe Kelly came right over to the end where I'm standing, headphones in, wanted a moment to herself, I think, and then we saw some of the subs, the likes of Katie Zellum, just stood in a huddle. They were laughing and joking, and I think you've got to give them all their own moment, haven't you, to warm up and take in the atmosphere. And I had my eyes firmly on Lauren James during the warm-up as well. Again, serious face. She looked like she had a great sweat on here. It is quite cold down here, so they've been warming up hard. Obviously, they've got to now wait for this closing ceremony to happen before they come onto the pitch. But it'll be so interesting to see whether she's involved and what kind of reception she'll get in the crowd here.
Yeah, I think Lucy Bronze was looking for her brother, because I certainly saw her give him a little bit of a wave as she turned her back and then rejoined the rest of her England teammates. Lucy Bronze, of course, who plays for Barcelona, and she knows today's opponent, Spain, very well.
Anybody that knows Spanish football, whether it's a Spanish national team or the way they play in their league, and the Spanish players, it's about possession. They love having the ball, they love moving the ball around the field with ease, lots of passes, limited touches. Basically talking about how I've had to play all season with Barcelona. But yeah, I mean, they've got their threats, they've got world-class players. Someone like Alexia, obviously coming off the back of her injury, but someone Aitana Bonmati, another world-class player. But it's a team that we've faced before, a team that has suffered a loss in this tournament. So as much as they've got a list of strengths, they've also got their weaknesses, as we do. You know, no one's perfect. And yeah, we'll be looking to exploit those weaknesses and just keep their strengths at bay, I guess.
You've obviously been messaging your teammates with Spain. Are they as happy for you as you are as happy for them?
I mean, after the game, when we beat Australia, I got a lot of messages. It was like, see you on Sunday. So I guess that's as happy as I could expect them to be. And yeah, throughout the tournament, obviously, I had a knee surgery quite recently, and they saw, all the kind of the grit that I had to go through to get ready for a Champions League final and for a World Cup off the back of that. So I know that they've been willing me on in the tournament, and Kira. I haven't seen, what I had to put myself through to just even get this far. So yeah, we have good connections and good friendship.
Vicky, just on Spain, how important is it, the fact that Lucy Bronze and Kira Walsh, and you touched on it with Millie Bright yesterday as well, that they know these players so well, obviously with the Barcelona connection, but Millie Bright, she knows them as well, and that inside knowledge, does that help England?
Yeah, well, that is exactly what I asked Millie Bright yesterday, particularly on whether Lucy Bronze and Kira Walsh have been giving any insight into the Barcelona teammates, and she just went, well, maybe they have, maybe they haven't, playing it very coy as ever. I would expect nothing less. But, I mean, it's a fascinating off-pitch story with Spain as well, isn't it? I mean, we are seeing a Spain side, let's be honest, that have really impressed to get through to this final. It's history for them, their first major tournament final, let alone their first World Cup final, looking to win their first major trophy. But this is all against the backdrop that is still rumbling on of this massive row that happened between their manager Jorge Vilda and the Federation and a group of players back in September. 15 players sent an email to the Federation basically saying that they didn't want to be called up until various issues were addressed. There was a lot of claim and counterclaim, but the upshot is that only 3 of those original 15 players are here at this Women's World Cup. And I'm just looking at the lineup that Spain played against England in the quarterfinals at the Euros last summer. You don't have Mapi Leon, the Barcelona defender. You don't have Sandra Paños, who was Spain's #1, the Barcelona #1. You don't have Patrick Guijarro, another hugely talented player. And it is something that has pursued Spain, this off-the-field drama, throughout the tournament. Jorge Vilda with a very spiky press conference at times yesterday. The first question he was asked was on the row, and he just said, next question, please. He moved it on. And, you know, to have this still hanging over them in a Women's World Cup final is pretty remarkable. However, Spain will say, whatever the personal opinions of the players that have come, because, you know, some of those were only called up just before the World Cup and hadn't been involved since that row in September, whatever the personal opinions and dynamics between coach and players, they have found a way to win. They recovered from a 4-0 thrashing by Japan in the final group stage game, and they're here, they're ready to make history. And I expect nothing but focus on the pitch from these Spain players.
Well, they've also scored, Spain, 17 goals at this tournament, so they're leading on that front as well, and showing and proving that they have the ability to trouble any side. And that side, obviously, today is England in this World Cup final. Ella Toone has scored in a major tournament quarter-final, semi-final. It was some goal against Australia, and final, obviously, in the Euros last year as the fireworks go off in this closing ceremony. We know Ella starts today. England are unchanged, and our reporter Isabel Fry is with some of her family and friends.
Fans have been lining outside the Union Arms in Tilsley since before the doors even opened, and it is packed in here right now, everyone with their flags, they're buzzing me head off, bucket hats, and I'm lucky enough to be sitting with the Toone family again. I've got Auntie Nicola and cousin Molly here with me. As we saw, Ella is on that starting lineup. How does that feel?
Yeah, we're really chuffed she's starting, yeah.
And we can all see Ella as this laughing, joking around, but what do you think her mindset would have been right now before this big game?
Do you know what? We spoke to her, Molly, you spoke to her, didn't you, last night, and she's really, really calm, but she always is. She's not fazed by it one bit. I think she's raring to go, yeah.
And what was your conversation like with her last night, Molly?
I was just asking how she was feeling, and she said she was literally fine. She's composed.
She was doing karaoke in bed with Alessia. They had the phones on doing karaoke, didn't they?
Yeah, so I think they're all right.
That's unexpected. I'm nervous already, and I'm not even anywhere near the field. How are you guys feeling for the game overall?
Oh my God, I'm a nervous wreck. I've not eaten. Really nervous.
How are you feeling?
I feel sick. It's horrible.
Do you feel like it's going to be a tight game, maybe penalties, or do you feel like we're going to go out and get that goal to start off with?
I think it's going to be really close. I think it's going to be a tough game, but I think we're going to win it in the 90 minutes, yeah, definitely.
Hopefully no penalties, because I don't think we can deal with that.
No, I don't think I'll be watching if it goes to penalties.
That's Isabel Fry in the pub with some of Ella Toone's family and friends. It's perfect pub kind of Sunday morning vibes, isn't it? That's what you'd expect back in England. I know a lot of the pubs are definitely full. I can only imagine Karen Bardsley, because Ella does love her karaoke. She likes a bit of Elton John. She gets the glasses on. I mean, why not have karaoke the night before a World Cup final? Why not?
This just says so much about this group of players, you know, the fact that they are just so relaxed. And I think, you know, Mary Earps probably summed it up herself, you know, on her acceptance speech of, you know, the Goalkeeper of the Year award from FIFA, was that you can be unapologetically yourself. And I think that's how you get the best out of yourself as a player, as a person. You know, you're in an environment where you're allowed to be who you are, and you can, you know, as long as you do what you need to do on the pitch, I guess it doesn't matter how you kind of get there. And that's what I love about this team. And I think the fact that you have these friendships. I can just picture the two of them just messing about, like, in their room, like, get the phones out, get the lyrics up, and they're just, you know, singing, you know, whatever song it is that they want. But it just speaks so much to the vibes in this team and the relationships that they all have, and how much they enjoy each other's company.
Faye White, we still have fireworks going off, but just on Karen's point there about the energy, it just gives off the perfect vibe ahead of an occasion, ahead of a match like this one tonight. The fact that they are so relaxed and they are just having fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, Karen will know, when you're in a World Cup or in a tournament, you do have this bubble around you. It's what you create, and obviously you have a lot of downtime, and it's important how, you know, the team and the players, how the friends in that group, they all, you know, interact and find their different ways sometimes just to switch off from football, to keep it normal, to stop the pressure mounting too much, to stop over-analysing, to stop overthinking what's coming. Is, you know, just keep the routine the same for every game. And yeah, I mean, just how relaxed they are is great, because it just shows that the tension's not building, and like you say, they can just then be free to play without that, you know, too much pressure, too much expectation on them. So whatever they're doing, keep doing it for the next 90 minutes plus if needed.
Talking about players and expectation, a lot was made of Lauren Hemp based on the season that she had last season going into the Euros. It didn't quite work out last year in the way that so many of us, as in media, wanted it to, because of that pressure expectation. But Alessia Russo and Lauren Hemp, this time around in this tournament for England, Faye, arguably player of the tournament so far.
Yeah, I mean, before the Euros, I was tipping Lauren to be the standout, one of the standout players that announced herself to the world kind of thing, and she didn't quite do that. And I do remember in the Spain game that actually Spain did brilliantly on our two wide players, Hemp and Mead, in that time, and really nullified their threats. But I think with from a defender's point of view, you're always scared of speed, of raw speed, when you're playing up against a player, and obviously Lauren Hemp has that in abundance. And obviously when it's down the wide, in the wide areas, it's more easier to cope with, because if she gets past down the line, it's then a cross that she's you know, putting in, which you can deal with, as opposed to she's going right through on goal. And just moving her in that position, and we saw before the tournament that Serena had played her a couple of times as like a 9, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is, you know, maybe testing her, bringing out another part of her game. I didn't see her as a full 9, but up front with another person, you know, with Russo, they've just caught a great, you know, relationship together. And I just think that threat then of her speed, she can make it so much more effective. And they just work so well, because they've got different parts to their game which they complement each other brilliantly. But yeah, they're both shining bright when we both needed them in the latter stages, which is just perfect.
And England fans will be hoping Karen Bardsley, Alessia Russo and Lauren Hemp shine bright in this final as well, because we are 10 minutes away from kickoff here in Stadium Australia.
I actually can't wait. You know, part of me was like, can't this closing ceremony go a bit quicker? Because I just want the game to kick off already. But, you know, it was pretty cool, though, I have to say. You know, I think, Jules, like, they should almost be like a partnership at the tournament, because Alessia Russo and Lauren Hemp have just been fantastic. Like, they've just been phenomenal together. They've kind of developed this partnership where they work off each other's strengths and they complement each other so well. You know, you've got Alessia, like, threatening the back line. Lauren knows when to drop in and kind of pick up that space alongside Ella Toon, or she kind of knows when to get on the outside shoulder of either the center back or the full back. And it's all those threats to kind of keep the opponent guessing. And I think we're probably going to see a lot more of that tonight. So everyone needs to get off the pitch, and the game just needs to start already.
Get off the pitch. Photographers, get away from the dugouts. Take everything away from the pitch and just let the players come out. Faye, just very, very quickly, on the point that Karen made just a few moments ago about Millie Bright and Ella Toon and Alessia Russo and the friendships and sort of being in that bubble. The one thing Millie Bright has said throughout this tournament, the players have stayed in our bubble, we've stayed in our lane, and that's exactly what they'll be doing in this match, won't they?
Yeah, it's just doing what you know you're good at, repeating what they've already done in solving problems, in facing anything that's thrown at them with composure and calmness, but with a kind of really kind of steely experience, I would say, as well. And yeah, it's just good to see. When I was playing, the top teams like America and Germany, always those ones that knew how to win even when they weren't winning well, and sometimes you'd look at games and think, how have they won that? But it's learning all that kind of stuff, and these girls are staying in that kind of bubble that makes them in the best space possible to be able to produce what they need to against whatever's thrown at them. So yeah, long may it continue.
Faye, just to get your thoughts before kick-off very quickly, what would it mean to win, for England to win for you?
Oh, it made my dream come true, truly. I'll be crying, trust me.
Well, Sarina Wiegman in her pre-match interview has said that England are ready. England have prepared the same way as they always do. She's excited to go on the pitch as we can see both teams in the tunnel. We can see Millie Bright on our big screens. And on Lauren James, and on the unchanged England team with Lauren James being on the bench, Sarina Wiegman has said everyone on the pitch will have an impact on the game. It's really nice to have LJ on the bench. If necessary, she will be ready. This is 5 Live, and this is the World Cup final in Sydney, Australia. And to talk you through it, Karen Bardsley is alongside Vicky Sparks.
Here we go, everyone. The Lionesses are one game from glory. A year after sending a nation wild at Wembley, the European champions are dreaming of something special in Sydney. Standing in their way are Spain, who, like England, are looking to lift the Women's World Cup for the very first time. So far, Sarina Wiegman and her side have faced down every challenge that has come their way here. Injuries, suspension, and the nail-biting, agonising drama of a penalty shootout. One last game, one final push. History, once more, is within their grasp. The teams are in the tunnel, and the World Cup itself has just been carried onto the plinth. The gold glinting under the floodlights here in Sydney, and these two sets of players are about to walk past their dream, so close that they could reach out and touch it. Who will seize this moment? Who will take this opportunity? The first time that these nations have been on this global stage at a Women's World Cup as the fireworks shoot high into the dark skies in Sydney here once more. Red and orange flames bursting up all around us. Once again, a full house, a sold-out Stadium Australia, and hotly anticipating, Karen Bardsley, the matchup between these two sides.
I'm so excited, Vicky. Like, you've just given me goosebumps. You've brought everything back, that I've experienced from the start of this tournament and before all that, I mean, the history kind of building up to this, the disappointments of 2019, 2015, reaching those breaking through those crucial barriers, and now we're finally in a final and have the opportunity to lift this trophy. I'm just so excited to see a fantastic game between these incredibly talented sides. It's going to be possession, it's going to be chess, it's going to be who can capitalize on those moments and who can be the most, I can't find the words, who's going to be the most clinical and ruthless in front of goal.
Two enormous flags unfurled in front of us. The red and yellow of Spain on the left, the red and white of England on the right. Huge smile from Lucy Bronze down there in the tunnel, grinning from ear to ear as the Lionesses prepare to take to the stage in Sydney. Here they come. Millie Bright becoming the first captain since Bobby Moore to lead a senior England side out in a World Cup final. And the first woman in history to do so in this, our beautiful game. She looks focused, she looks ready. Alongside her, the Spain captain Olga Carmona taking the armband once again this evening as the players still have so much smoke hanging in the air from the pyrotechnics. The pink and orange lights are flashing around the stadium. That's the colour of the huge sheet spread out in front of us, with an enormous picture of the World Cup trophy and the yellow lettering beneath that quite simply says the final. This is what it all comes down to. England or Spain are about to make history after the national anthems. To hear that anthem in a senior World Cup final. Karen Bardsley, I think Goosebumps is right.
Yeah, I couldn't help myself. I had to sing along, and it just felt so good too. Honestly, I just feel so proud of this team to be in this situation, and it's a privilege to be here and experience it. But yeah, you know, we're getting to business time, and these girls look pumped, don't they? They look really up for it. Lots of stern faces in the tunnel, like a little bit of a wry smile from Lucy Bronze, but they know they have a big challenge ahead, and this will obviously be the biggest test that they've faced so far.
So England breaking into their pre-match huddle. They will be playing in their away strip tonight, the light blue shirts and shorts with the white socks. It worked all right in 1966 for England, didn't it, to play in the away kit? Maybe that's an omen. Spain in the bright red shirts, the black shorts and the black socks. England unchanged. That was the big call that Serena Wiegmann had to make. She's got Lauren James available after that two-match ban, but she sticks with Ella Toone in that number 10 position. So it's the same side that beat Colombia in the quarter-final and Australia in the semi-final, both here in Sydney at Stadium Australia. For Spain, it's one change. The very impressive 19-year-old Salma Parayuelo, who's come off the bench in the last 8 and the last 4 to score huge goals for them, starts ahead of the two-time and reigning Ballon d'Or winner Alexia Putellas. There's been questions about Putellas' fitness all throughout the tournament. That is the one change that Jorge Vilda makes. So the two captains on the halfway line exchanging handshakes. Millie Brighton, Olga Carmona, they swap pennants as well. Karen Bardsley, you played in some huge games for England. What is going through your mind right now as a player as Millie Bright rejoins that huddle of England players?
I'll tell you what, we've got some really fantastic leaders in that group, and it won't just be Millie. Yes, you might hear her voice, but everything she's telling this team is about going out and enjoying this moment. There will be 1 or 2 key points about game plans and how to execute it. But everyone here is so well prepared. They know their roles. They know exactly what Serena Wiegmann expects of them. And I just see confident faces and focused body language all over the pitch.
So England are ready. England it will be to get us underway as Spain break away from their pre-match huddle as well. And of course, these two sides meeting in the quarterfinals of the Euros last summer. England won it in extra time. Different sides. You've got 7 starters from England from that match lining up here today, 6 from Spain. Will that have an impact, if any, on this game?
Yeah, absolutely. There will be key players that, weren't there. Obviously, Paños is a big one that's not in the Spanish goal tonight, a relatively unexperienced goalkeeper in Catacoy for Spain. Can England capitalize on that?
So here we go. England with this shot at glory. England with this chance of history. They've already made history by reaching the Women's World Cup final for the very first time. Can the European champions do what they did at Wembley last summer and lift another major trophy, the biggest in the game? It's England in possession. Here is Millie Bright over on that far side, heads the ball out of play. Lucy Bronze trying to keep it in but can't do so, and it will be a throw to Spain over on that left-hand side, and they take it quickly. We'll take you through the lineups in a moment as England do win possession back just inside their own half. Oh, thumping challenge there by Paredes. But England still coming forward down this right-hand side. Ella Toone is in the centre. Hemp already back up to her feet. She was absolutely cleaned out there. And over on the far side, England have it once more. Here is Millie Bright as England go back to halfway. But I tell you what, Paredes certainly bringing it inside the opening minute there.
Yeah, I don't think Lauren Hemp saw that coming. She was obviously just running onto that slip pass there through the midfield and then just got absolutely wiped out by Paredes.
Here she goes again, Lauren Hemp just putting the pressure on Paredes, who hooks the ball away out of play for a throw to England deep inside Spain territory. England with Mary Earps in goal, the back three that served them so well since they changed to it, enforced really the tactical switch after Kira Walsh's injury. They played it since the last group stage game against China, and it really has worked. So Carter, Millie Bright and Alex Greenwood in that back three as Paredes clears the ball away inside the penalty area for Spain. Lucy Bronze, Georgia Stanway, Kira Walsh and Rachel Daly ahead of them, with Ella Toone sitting behind Alessia Russo and Lauren Hemp up front as England pick up possession once more. Here is Jess Carter, sends it over the top, looking for the run of Russo. Won't reach her, won't reach Toone either. It's all the way through with Catacoy in goal for Spain, all in bright yellow. That is a remarkable story. They were absolutely thumped by Japan in the final group stage match, Spain. They had already qualified, but it meant they missed out on top spot for the knockout stages. And Catacoy was given her Spain debut in the last 16 against Switzerland. So this, her 4th appearance for the 22-year-old. My word, what a stage to exert your influence as number 1 for Spain. She is in goal for Spain. You have it just outside the own penalty area. The back four of Ona Badje, the former Manchester United defender, Irene Paredes, Laia Codina and Olga Carmona. Codina, who's just seen Barcelona agree a deal with Arsenal for her, incidentally. Here is Parayuelo down the right-hand side for Spain into the penalty area. She's got 2 light blue shirts with her. Badje will pick it up. Cleared into Millie Bright, shouts for handball, never a handball, cleared away by her head, but Matty's delivery in is all the way behind, and England will have a goal kick. So to complete that Spain lineup, you've got Aitana Bonmati, Teresa Abellera and Jenny Hermoso in midfield, with Alba Redondo, the Golden Boot winner in the Spanish top flight this season, Salma Parayuelo and Mariona Caldente up top, Karen Bardsley.
It's been an interesting start so far. You can see that, out of possession, Spain are quite happy to kind of tuck in a bit more centrally and be more compact. They know that England are going to want to play through them. And then they get so wide in possession. Ona Badje get up the pitch. She's an aggressive. She joins in the attack. Lots of little combinations out here with Bonmati on this near side.
Mary Earps clears out to the right-hand side. Lucy Bronze will head it forward to Alessia Russo, who tries to feed Hemp, who's up against that Spanish back line. Paredes once more, ball goes out of play, cleared by Paredes, throw to England, but that is already looking like a tasty matchup. Karen Bardsley between Hemp and Paredes.
It is. Paredes is an experienced defender. She's physical, she's got the size, she knows how to use her body to slow down Lauren Hemp.
So throw to England deep in Spain territory. Goalless here on 5 Live World Service and across BBC Local Radio. As the ball is headed away inside the area, the ricochet driven in by Lauren Hemp, and it's smothered by Catacoy. First shot on goal in the Women's World Cup final, and it comes from England's Lauren Hemp.
And Lauren Hemp is alert. There's a deflection in the box. and it falls to the feet of Lauren Hemp, and she is ready for anything. And I think that's just a warning sign to Spain that they need to be sharp technically.
Oh, a lovely piece of play in the centre of the park by Spain, but the ball across is not quite so good and chested down by Rachel Daly on the halfway line. Here is the England captain, Millie Bright. This match live on BBC One as well. If you'd like to, you can watch via iPlayer or the red button and select the option with 5 live commentary. The ball goes to the right-hand side and Spain will collect and have a throw. In fact, a free kick midway inside their own half. They're about to take it as a throw, but the set piece has been awarded by our American referee Tori Payne, who incidentally was the woman in the middle for England's semi-final against Australia here in Sydney just a few days ago. Here are Spain. Jenny Hermoso picks it up on the halfway line. England really employing the press early on, not wanting Spain to settle into that possession game, that passing rhythm. Spain have moved the ball intelligently, and here goes Aitana Bonmati, their talented midfielder. Out to the right-hand side she goes. Redondo's delivery. It's over the head of everybody in the 6-yard box. Out to the left-hand side and will be picked up by Mariona Caldente. Pulls it back to Hermoso, their record goal scorer. Ball into the area. Intercepted by Jess Carter. Spain pick it back up once more, though. Lifted to the far post. Brought down by Redondo. She can't control. The ball is out of play. Well eased away by Rachel Daly. And it's an England goal kick, 0-0.
And again, Vicky, you can see that, again, Betsy is getting forward. Bonmati is all over the place at the minute. She's on the right, she's on the left. She's linking up really nicely down this near side. Redondo's getting forward, looking to get the ball in the box nice and early. There's going to be lots and lots of threats for England to deal with.
Spain under pressure, though. Paredes again being pursued by Lauren Hemp. Sends it all the way back to Katakoi, the 22-year-old goalkeeper, making just her 4th appearance for Spain. She's an under-17 World Cup winner back in 2018. Coy won the Golden Glove as well. Spain play the ball forward, looking for Parayuelo, who's playing through the centre for them, as she has done when she's come off the bench in the quarter-final and the semi-final. She can play wide as well, but has really flourished in that central forward position in the latter stages of this Women's World Cup. Ball has gone out of play for a throw to England, and our referee Tori Payne is telling Rachel Daly that ball absolutely did not go out. Where you're trying to take it from, retreat please, and Rachel Daly obliges.
Hey, it's gamesmanship, isn't it? You have to try and take every single inch you're given.
Here is Lauren Hemp, so involved already. What a World Cup she's having with England. Has really grown into the tournaments as the ball goes out of play for a Spain throw, which will be taken by Badie. She thought about going back there to Paredes, but already saw Hemp closing down the angle. So we see a shot of Lauren James on England's bench. She is an option. So Redondo brings the ball forward for Spain. Poor delivery, though, and that's so calmly done by Lucy Bronze. All the way back to Mary Earps, who clears high over the halfway line. Bronze and Walsh, the 2 England players that currently play their domestic football in Spain, both on the Champions League with Barcelona and the Spanish League title this season. Know these players so well, either as Barcelona teammates or coming up against them in the Spanish top flight, as Hermoso slides the ball forward, almost found Redondo. That was great vision by Hermoso, and stopped by England as Russo plays it back to Lucy Bronze. She's come back well, Russo, to a moderate share of defensive work so far, as Parayuelo tries to close down Millie Bright inside the area. Ball bobbles back from Greenwood to Mary Earps, all in green. Lovely distribution by Earps to find Lucy Bronze, and Bronze will play the long ball over the top. A little bit too much on it for Ella Toon, and Paredes will head it back to her centre-half partner, Laia Codina, and it's all the way back with Katakoi, Karen Bardsley.
And again, I'm really enjoying just watching the fluidity of the movement from the Spanish side. Hermoso's finding some lovely pockets. She's always trying to get involved in link-up play, but so is the entire midfield, and the rotation there is so lethal that there's so many options available.
Here comes Ona Badie. 8.5 minutes gone in this Women's World Cup final on 5 Live, the World Service, and across BBC Local Radio. It's goalless between England and Spain, but that's lovely interchanging of passes by Spain down the right-hand side. Very well challenged is Badie by Rachel Daly, who plays the ball away, but she can't really get the distance on it. It is allowed to trickle out for a throw to Spain, and Redondo will leave it for Ona Badie. But they're not letting Spain settle, are they, England?
No, they're definitely not. You can see, again, Spain is trying to essentially 3v1 down this near side against Rachel Daly.
And they're trying to get the better of her, but England have won it back on that left-hand side. England playing from right to left in this first half. Brilliant play once again by Lauren Hemp. Tries to feed Russo. Spain will get the bodies across. Lionesses gets there first and sends it all the way back to Casacoi. But already we're just seeing hints of that burgeoning partnership, really, that it has been throughout this World Cup, when they switched to the two up front as well as the three at the back between Alessia Russo and Lauren Hemp.
No, but going back to your point, Vicky, around not letting Spain settle, I think so far what I've seen is they're picking up, maybe they're missing the first opportunity, but oh, that was close, isn't it?
Yeah, foul by Pariuelo on Millie Bright. The whistle goes. It's a free kick to England. Had it not been, Pariuelo was in the 19-year-olds. What do we think, Karen Bardsley? We're going to see another view of it. Oh, she is lucky there, Millie Bright, because she kicks the back of Pariuelo's foot, doesn't she?
Yeah, I don't think she was going to really win that foot race, to be honest, if that foul wasn't committed. So, fortunately, that whistle blew. But, yeah, like I said, going back to your earlier point, Vix, that first and second contacts are going to be crucial. And fortunately, we've been able to manage the ones that we haven't been able to win in terms of the knockdowns, if you know what I mean.
Headed away by Olga Carmona. And have the throw just about level with the edge of the Spain penalty area on the right-hand side. Yeah, a bit of a let-off there with the decision that went against Spain for England. Spain have won the ball outside their own area. Here is Mariona Caldente, plays it to Teresa Abellera. Interception by Lauren Hemp. And the ball goes out for a Spain throw. It's one of those, you think, oh, hang on, Hemp's over on the right-hand side. 30 seconds ago, she was on the left. Now she's in the middle. She is everywhere at the moment, Lauren Hemp, as England concede the free kick midway through the Spain half. And Spain have the set piece. They take it quickly. Oh, they've given it straight to Lauren Hemp. Oh, that was sloppy from Spain. Can England punish them? Toon, Hemp, Russo, edge of the area, still going. Tried to get the shot away, and it's just taken off her toes by a combination of Paredes and Laia Codina. It's gone out for a corner. Codina couldn't prevent that, but that could have been so much worse for Spain. What were they doing from that set piece?
You were talking about being alert, weren't we, earlier? And Lauren Hemp is always sharp to it. She's always ready for any sort of mistake. And what complacency from Spain to think that England would just switch off when the ball changes hands. Opportunity missed, though, for England.
Yeah, big chance, England, to make something of that inside the penalty area. What can they do from this corner? To be taken from the far side. The height is up from the back. And Coy comes and does very well, claims that. And again, as we've seen, pretty much all tournament, Karen, they're looking for the run of Lucy Bronze at that far post, but Coy commanded her area excellently there. And I've just noticed, actually, her kid is yellow, and it's got purple trim on her elbows and the back of her arms, which is pretty much the same colours as the final branding that we're seeing all around us, isn't it? She's dressed very appropriately for this Spain's first major tournament final.
Yeah, it must be must have a conversation with FIFA, right?
Oh, lovely work from Spain. Pariuelo down the left-hand side, and here goes their record goal scorer, Jenny Hermoso. England is stretched here. Pariuelo, left-hand side of the penalty area, tried to feed Hermoso once more. It's cleared away by Georgia Stanway. It's the final delivery for Spain. The approach play, the attacking play is so good, but that final pass is letting them down.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's poor execution we've seen from deliveries into the area, but we have to credit, Georgia Stanway for being positionally disciplined to be in the right areas to block that cross.
And England have won a throw as well, as Spain can't make anything of that subsequent attack, and Lucy Bronze goes over to that far side and prepares to take it. Lucy Bronze, who, like the rest of this Lionesses side, has already beaten England's best finish at a Women's World Cup. That was set back in 2015 when bronze was in the side. That bronze medal victory over Germany in the third place playoff. Now it will be silver or gold. Oh, brilliant skill by Pariuelo. 20 yards out, lays it off to the right-hand side. Here is Badger. Into the penalty area she goes. Oh, Alex Greenwood takes a touch right on the edge of the 6-yard box, and then I think somebody realised who was behind her. And in the end, it goes out for an England goal kick, but they're looking dangerous, Spain, and there was really the first glimpse of what Pariuelo can do, the skillful 19-year-old. That is just gorgeous close control.
I mean, how many people can meg someone at the edge of the opponent's area, especially someone the likes of Alex Greenwood as well, but she's a skillful player. She's really exciting, incredibly technical, and a lethal striker.
Spain win a free kick over on the far side. It's goalless here on 5 Live. The World Service, and across BBC Local Radio. Remind you can watch this match on BBC One if you'd like to. You can sync up our commentary. Just do that by choosing that option through the BBC iPlayer or red button. Spain in possession. Here is Hermoso. Referee Tori Payne has to get out of the way pretty quickly. As England lose possession. Oh, again, they're fortunate. The shot is driven wide in the end by Caldente, but the whistle had already gone. Walsh going down, but they're living dangerously outside their own penalty area. England, Spain on top at the moment.
Yeah, I think England kind of need to understand or even feel the tempo a little bit more. You know, Spain are really, really front-footed. They're going to be quick to press. And I think you just need to see England start playing a little bit more quickly, a little bit more decisively.
Ball over the top is looking for Lucy Bronze, and Spain don't make decisive contact. Bronze down the right-hand side, pulls the ball to the edge of the area. Stanway drives it across. Oh, it's cleared away by Paredes. Will come back out once more. Here is Ella Toon. Bronze to the edge of the area. It's over the head of Hemp. Here is Daly. Lays it off to Hemp. Oh, she hits the bar from the edge of the area. Wonderful strike by Lauren Hemp. So close to an opener for England in the Women's World Cup final. They still have possession with Greenwood just inside the Spain half as they try and keep up the momentum, but Greenwood's pass forward is lost and intercepted, and Paredes will play it to Cadena, and Spain will clear their lines. Karen Bardsley.
Really fantastic passage to play there from England. Lots of really quick, again, you know, the speed and the tempo of the passes, but moving into the area, good passes, some good defending from Spain.
And Spain keeping up that tempo as they come forward. Ball forward to Parayuelo, cleared away by Jess Carter. What a hit from Lauren Hemp.
But yeah, absolutely, Vicky, it's the recognition in the set from Rachel Daly to recognize just to play really, really quickly. And Lauren Hemp is left-footed, so she sets it, so she can step onto it. But it hits the crossbar. Oh, it's so agonizingly close.
Oh, and Coy on the stretch with both hands. I'm not sure she would have got there, or had she got there, whether she would have had enough in that leap to keep it out. Fine margins in the Women's World Cup final. 16.5 minutes gone. It's goalless between England and Spain, both looking to win this trophy for the very first time. Here is Badge. Pulls it back to Paredes, and now square once more to Laia Cadena, who scored a remarkable own goal in the last 16 against Switzerland. Played a back pass from pretty much the halfway line, didn't look at where Coy was, and it went straight into the net. Here comes Spain, down the left-hand side, bodies in the centre, Parayuelo! Oh, brilliant save! Cleared away on the goal line as Redondo was coming in from the right-hand side, and England survive, and Mary Earps claps her gloves together and roars at her defence. What a chance for Spain, but neither Parayuelo nor Redondo could take it. They're coming forward again, down the left-hand side, edge of the penalty area. Here is Jenny Hermoso, who has two light blue shirts with her, a Bronze and Walsh. They do get the delivery in eventually, Spain. Carter clears away. Spain coming in with Battier. 25 yards out, central position. Squares it in fields. Now Bonmati takes over. Challenged by Rachel Daly, but Bonmati will come away with the ball. Here she goes, the Champions League Player of the Year this season, Aitana Bonmati. Lays it off to Badge. Delivery in. Cleared away by England nervily. Spain pick it up again. They're the better side at the moment, Spain. There's no two ways about it, but England have hit the bar at the other end. Bonmati's delivery, headed away by Lucy Bronze to the edge of the area. Flicked on by Alessia Russo, but they're so deep, England. The light blue shirts can't get anywhere near the halfway line at the moment as Bright goes down in the challenge with Parayuelo, but she got enough on the ball, Bright, and now here come England. Still inside their own half. It looked for a moment as though the break was on, but Kira Walsh has it. Squares it to Georgia Stanway. Back to Lucy Bronze. My word, Karen Bardsley.
Yeah, definitely dodged the bullet there, England. Wow, I mean, numbers are being thrown forward by the Spanish side.
Suddenly Spain look as though they could be crossing behind, but a loose touch by Russo. And Cadena is there, sends it back to Coy. The offside flag is up on the far side, but good refereeing by Tori Payne. Just says, well, Spain are in possession and let's play on. We want that tempo, and we've seen tempo in these early stages of the Women's World Cup final. 18.5 minutes played. Spain goalless with England.
This is going to be a game of risk and reward, Vicky. You can see that, you know, the Spanish wide players are targeting the wide centre back and also Lucy Bronze and Rachel Daly, asking them essentially to be dropping back, and that's nullifying that forward out ball, isn't it, for England?
Header away by Laia Cadena of Spain. As we see a replay of this chance again, and what a save it was by Mary Earps. She has to adjust her body She keeps that right arm strong as Redondo drove the shot back across. And I tell you what, she has to be careful not to hit Millie Bright there as well, who was standing right in front of her. It's one of those where a ricochet could go anywhere. England pick up possession as Spain give it away just outside their own penalty area. Oh, beautiful football. Hemp goes for the curler. Coy is there. That is the best passage of play from England in the match. Scintillating.
That's much better. I mean, much faster tempo, 1-2 touch, movement off the ball, and they're doing exactly what Spain did to them, and I think we just need to see more of that, don't we?
It's a reminder of the talent that this Lionesses side has, the European champions. It's not just Spain that can play tiki-taka, and that was with danger and with purpose outside the Spain penalty area. But Spain who have it on the halfway line, goalless in this Women's World Cup final. Both of these sides looking to make history. They've already made history just by getting here. But lifting the trophy is all that matters now as Spain come down the left-hand side. Pariuelo won't quite latch onto that loose ball just outside the penalty area. And Stanway will clear out to the right-hand side. Russo under pressure, sliding challenge by Codina, the centre-half. He's really stepped up there. Spain win it on the left-hand side. Abellera back to Codina. Now they're just happy to pass it around, Spain, but it hasn't just been the possession game, knock it around. They've come forward with real intent. They're doing so now. Pariuelo's delivery. Earps is there once more ahead of Redondo.
Again, I think Spain's game plan is obviously to fill those half spaces just off the shoulder of the outside centre backs and in between, making Lucy Bronze and Rachel Daly sit back, and that's where they're getting a lot of joy, a lot of time on the ball, and being able to really pick out those crosses. But fortunately for England, the execution hasn't been there.
21 minutes of this final has been played. You can taste the tension inside this stadium. Both sets of fans know just how much this means. As England have it on the halfway line, and Kira Walsh plays it forward and the flag stays down. And here goes Alessia Russo. She has Hemp arriving, pulls it back to the edge of the area, and for once it's the final ball that's lacking from England. Misses Hemp, cleared away by Abellera. Lucy Bronze wins it back momentarily. Abellera is there again. Olga Carmona will clear along the Spain captain up towards halfway. Pariuelo goes down. Spain get the throw over on the far side. So goalless here in Sydney in the Women's World Cup final. Two Premier League commentaries coming up for you later on 5 Live. Aston Villa against Everton at 2 o'clock. West Ham take on Chelsea in a London derby at 4:30. Do join us for that on 5 Live, and of course you can listen to the reaction from those games on the Football Daily, where we will of course reflect on this Women's World Cup final too. Will it be England? Will it be Spain? Millie Bright shepherds that ball back to Mary Earps, comes out to the edge of the area. Right then, Karen Bardsley, midway through the first half, how would you assess this performance from England so far?
I have to be honest, I'm a little bit concerned about these wing-back roles because they're getting, the distances are enormous, and then the Spanish fullbacks are being clever about holding onto the ball for a few seconds, trying to pull out England to go and press. And as soon as they come to press, they play right through the space that they've just vacated. And I think Spain are certainly on top about how they're manipulating England. The spaces are becoming enormous. Kira Walsh is having to put a huge shift to try and get across and connect the midfield.
And ball straight out of play for England. Spain with the throw on the halfway line. Here is Jenny Hermoso placing in field to Mariona Caldente, but England have stolen it. And here goes Lauren Hemp. She ran into 2 red shirts there. And she gets the free kick just outside the centre circle, was blocked off. Well, sometimes that's the only way to stop her.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's like someone just built a wall right in front of her. And to be fair, it's clever defending from Batiu there, the Spanish fullback. I mean, she's getting double teamed as well by Abellera, the Spanish holding midfielder. And yeah, you're absolutely right, Vicky. If Lauren Hemp's getting her legs going, there's not much chance of stopping her other than doing that.
23 minutes gone. The Lionesses fans inside Stadium Australia raise their voices. England have a free kick. Stanway's over it. Greenwood just moving away. It's just outside the centre circle. Oh, there's somebody on the pitch. So the stewards will apprehend that gentleman, and they've done so very quickly. And the players will focus on this set piece. Georgia Stanway standing over it. Spain lining up with those red shirts about 5 or 6 yards outside their penalty area, and the light blue shirts of England dotted amongst them as the pitch invader is removed from the field of play, and ready to continue in this Women's World Cup final. Georgia Stanway standing over this. Alex Greenwood is to her left, Jess Carter to her right. But there are plenty of options, and I'm just spotting here, Karen, Lauren Hemp is in a lot of space on this left-hand side. And Badger, as I say that, she can't hear me from up here, but she's just looked over her shoulder, Badger. So Stanway's ball into the area. Spain head it down, almost falls to Russo on the edge of the box, but they do get that foot on the ball, Spain, and Pariuelo does really well. They good hold up play from the 19-year-old, sends it out to the left-hand side. Here is Avellera, she's dispossessed. England will pick it up once more with Russo, plays it back to Greenwood. Lovely touch to take it away from Pariuelo under pressure there. England are still playing with confidence, but Spain have performed very well in this opening 25 minutes. Here goes Lucy Bronze, down the right-hand side, in field to Georgia Stanway. It's Bronze once more. She's being tugged there surely by Mariona Caldente, her Barcelona teammate, but Bronze just shrugs her off, and Jess Carter will play the ball forward. Offside flag goes up against Russo. Spain free kick. We've seen, Karen, particularly against Nigeria at times, who were a very transitional side, and against Australia, England going long. They're doing that a lot here. Are you surprised by that tactic? I mean, it worked for them, certainly against Australia, but I've seen them play some lovely stuff outside the penalty area as well, but it contrasts a little bit to what Spain are doing. No, I'm not surprised. That will be completely deliberate. I think England are trying to probe for space to kind of see where the runs are going to come from, you know, in terms of Batia getting forward, both fullbacks getting forward, and essentially Paredes is kind of left isolated. But we don't have that attacking threat at the minute. Here comes Spain once more. Badje, that right back who loves to get forwards. Plays it to Redondo outside the penalty area and straight into Kira Walsh, who blocks that ball. Navallero will pick it up once more. Every single player, bar Casacoy, the Spain goalkeeper, inside the England half. As Spain play the ball to the edge of the area, and when they do go long, often it doesn't work for them, Spain. England will bring the ball away. Here goes Georgia Stanway, plays the ball down the right-hand side, but it's rather aimless, and Alessia Russo won't get there. Are we seeing nerves from England here? No, I think we're actually seeing a really well-executed game plan from Spain. I wouldn't say this is nerves. It's kind of like both teams are just sort of probing each other and trying to figure out where the spaces are going to emerge. You can see Rachel Daly taking a gamble that they're going to play out down this near side, but they're patient in their build-up. You know, Spain are so confident in their technical abilities. So much I could go on about, but it's not my job. It's yours. Yeah, it's absolutely your job. I mean, we will keep the listeners updated with where the ball is. Here on 5 Live, the World Service, and across BBC Local Radio. We're delighted to have you with us. Badje down the right-hand side. Good sliding challenge by Rachel Daly. It's going to go for a goal kick as well. Spain with a couple of half-hearted protests, led by Alba Redondo. But it's out for a goal kick to Mary Earps, and she's going to take her time. So go on, Karen Barsley, fill your boots. Well, I think I've been really impressed with Pariuelo at this moment in time. Not only just what she's doing in possession, but what she's doing out of possession as well. She's making it difficult for England to find options, not only playing forward, but to go back as well, to kind of have that safety valve, if you will. You know, she's cutting off the passing lanes to Millie Bright and the ability to switch. And you can see, even here playing out with England, that England don't necessarily feel comfortable playing short. They're trying to manage the momentum. So Mary Earps is saying, no, we're going to go long, and Alex Greenwood saying, no, give it to me, I want to be brave, I want to play out here. Yeah, they go long again in that instance, England, and the ball's out of play for a Spain throw. 0-0 in this Women's World Cup final. Jorge Vilda, the Spain manager, standing with his hands in his pockets. Spain win a free kick just inside the England half. Gave very short shrift to any questions directed towards him about the row that he's had with his players. Just 3 of those original 15 that sent that email of complaint, said they didn't want to be called up back in September here at the World Cup. And Matty's one of them, Caldente and Badje, they're all starting this final. They've made their choice, they've made their call. As England come forward on the halfway line, they lose possession, and here goes Avellera, crossfield pass, all the space over on the far side, and Carter has to stand up here as Caldente comes forward. She's got the runner on the left-hand side. The shot is driven in and driven low into the bottom corner. The captain, Olga Carmona, who scored the late winner in the semi-final against Sweden, has put Spain in front against England in this Women's World Cup final. And you have to say, on the balance of play, Spain deserve it. I'll be honest, Vicky, I
wasn't watching that. I was watching Lucy Bronze and how she reacted to giving the ball away. She had an amazing cross-field run and a dribble, and she was dispossessed, and she threw her hands up in frustration because she was trying to get Rachel Daly to run down this near side, and Spain absolutely nailed the transition in the space that Lucy Bronze just vacated, having just caught her 1v1, then 2v1 with Carmona, and what a finish, by the way, into that side ending. What a fantastic strike. She lines that up beautifully with her left foot. Alessia Russo is tracking. My goodness.
Katie Smith, you had a very good view of that behind Mary Earps' goal.
Oh, that was a slow-mo one again. Carmona in so much space. We had players on the overlap as well, and then it trickled past Mary Earps and just into the corner of the goal. Spanish flags have exploded up around me. It felt like a lot of fans were happy with that.
Thanks, Katie. Katie down there pitch-side for us on 5 Live, the World Service, and across BBC local radio as Redondo commits the foul on the halfway line, and England will have the free kick. Well, they've had some challenging circumstances to deal with at this World Cup. The penalty shootout in the last 16 against Nigeria. The red card for Lauren James in that match as well. Losing Kira Walsh to injury, an injury that looked as though it might end her tournament. Thankfully, it was only one game she missed. Falling behind against Colombia in the quarter-final. The Sam Kerr equaliser for Australia in the semi-final. Now, once more, we will see the mettle of the European champions of the Lionesses. They have a free kick just inside their own half. Karen Bardsley.
Listen, Vicky, they've shown the resilience this Lioness side. They've experienced all sorts so far in the build-up to this tournament, and I think Lucy Bronze will know. She'll be disappointed that the ball didn't get played through, the runs didn't come, and obviously that was dispossessed, but the intelligence from Spain to punish her in that moment in the space that she had vacated, it was absolutely world-class, intelligent attacking football.
Spain in possession, as they so often are. Cleared up towards the halfway line. Cleared away by Jess Carter, will be helped on by Hermosa. Here is Pariuelo, and England all of a sudden might be stretched again. Pariuelo has it once more. Looking for the movements ahead of her. Aldente is dispossessed, and England will pick it up in the centre of the park with Alessia Russo still midway inside the England half. Kira Walsh, 360, plays it back to Alex Greenwood. The calmness has been such a quality of this England side under Serena Wiegmann. This calls for cool, calm heads now. Plenty of time to play. 31 minutes gone, and here goes Lauren Hemp. She's playing down the left-hand side. Well challenged inside the area by Badje, and it's out for an England throw deep in Spain territory on this left-hand side. Spain lead by a goal to nil.
We've seen this, 1v1 battle so many times in the WSL with Anya Batlle when she was at Manchester United. But, I mean, what a fantastic 1v1 defender she is.
Daly with the throw, finds Hemp on the edge of the area. Redondo comes off and clears it off Hemp, and that will be a Spain goal kick. How can England respond? Of course, they fell behind in the European Championship quarter-final to Spain. Last summer, they needed a late equaliser from Ella Toone to take it to extra time. Georgia Stanway's stunner won it then. They need to come from behind once more against Jorge Vilda's side. Serena Wiegmann is out on the edge of her technical area as Spain played around their own penalty area. Serena Wiegmann, who has reached her 4th major tournament final in a row. 2 with the Netherlands, 2 with England. She lost on this stage with the Dutch 4 years ago to the USA. And her side on the biggest stage of all must show their resilience that she praised them for in that extra time win against Spain just over a year ago at the Euros. It's Spain in possession though. It's Spain looking comfortable. They lead by a goal to nil. Here is Jenny Hermoso, their record goal scorer. Oh, lovely one too. Hermoso dinks the ball into the area, won't quite reach Pariuelo, and it's through with Mary Earps.
It's a great threat. Hermoso is finding some fantastic positions in space. She just seems to be really eluding this England midfield in terms of how they're tracking, but for me, Vicky, it's the numbers forward. It's the risk versus reward that the Spain are taking. The way they're pressing. There's numbers forward. They're more than happy to kind of, if they do lose possession, try to win it back as quickly as possible. And they're risking so much space in behind. I think that's probably why England are trying to find that space. But again, we're not really getting up the pitch enough to kind of track everything down.
11 minutes in the first half to go. Spain leading by a goal to nil. out to the left-hand side. Come England now with Rachel Daly midway through the Spain half. Pulls it back to Alex Greenwood, who squares it to the captain, Millie Bright. Long ball over the top as England go direct again. Lucy Bronze chests it down. Spain's goal scorer, their captain on the night, Olga Carmona, clears the ball away. And Spain will pick up possession again on that left-hand side, and they slow the ball to walking pace. And this is what we didn't see until they scored. I mean, we know that Spain love to have possession. In the 4-0 defeat to Japan, they had 77% possession. Japan had 7 shots on goal, 5 on target, scored 4 of them. I mean, it was a masterclass in counter-attacking football. But there's been so much urgency and dynamism from Spain before getting that goal, as they have it on the halfway line. But now we're seeing what is such a hallmark of Spain's sides in the men's and the women's game, just that ability to tire out the opponent, to pass the ball around. England need to stay concentrated. They need to push away that simmering frustration, stay calm, feet on the ground. Spain once more knock the ball around. They're playing with real confidence now, Spain, leading by a goal to 0. Here is Hermoso, went for the little nutmeg, didn't quite work against Delatoon, but she came away with it, Hermoso. England get the foot in. Eventually Millie Bright will clear, chested down in the centre circle by Russo, challenged by Codina, and now Bonmati's off and away, skipping past the challenge of Georgia Stanway. Caldente has it. Spain midway through the England half. To the left-hand side they go. Caldente once more. Now the goal scorer, Carmona. Bonmati has Avellera in front of her, but is happy to exchange passes with Carmona. And this is where England just have to stay so focused. You can't let their emotions get the better of them, because playing against Spain when they're playing like this is so frustrating. And there's a lot to admire about it from an objective perspective, as Spain win a free kick just inside the England half.
Again, they're being really clever, Spain. You know, they're 2 central centre backs are staying really central, but they're allowing their fullbacks to kind of join in. Their wide players are tucking in at times, so the ball side, the nearest one to the ball, is tucking in, and they're creating these overloads. So it's essentially at times 4v3, even 5v3 in the midfield with 2 threats going forward. It's such a variety of attack. It's hard to kind of constantly know where the next threat's coming from.
So free kick to Spain, who lead by a goal to 0, a third of the way inside the England half. The light blue shirts lining up on the edge of the D, the red ones dotted amongst them. As the free kick is swung into the penalty area, it's headed on by Paredes, cleared away by Bright, and Paredes on the volley, lashes wide.
Yeah, that's not convincing defending from Millie Bright. It's the first time I've really seen that in the entire tournament, maybe bar a few moments in the first game when she was coming back from the lengthy injury spell. But I think England really need to get back to kind of doing the basics really, really well.
Alex Greenwood sends it back to Mary Earps, who lifts it out to this left-hand side. It's straight out of play, and there's a case in point, Karen Bardsley.
Yeah, I think there's an element of frustration, I think, creeping into this England side as well. You know, Spain are essentially dominating with a press very, very convincingly, and they're limiting the options forward. So at the moment, I think Mary Earps is just trying to kind of manage the momentum, because it's so hard when a team has this much possession at the edge of your area.
8 minutes to play in this first half. It's the Spain fans singing inside the stadium as Hermoso dinks the ball in and Mary Earps gathers at her near post. But that's it, isn't it? It's how dangerous Spain are looking. It's not as though they're just knocking the ball around and England are sitting back and not really being troubled. It's been a very, very good performance from Spain so far, as England lose the ball on halfway. And here comes Spain once more out to the right-hand side, and Badge up against Rachel Daly with the interception. Lovely little layoff there from the outside of the boots. Under pressure from Daly to Toon, rolls back via Millie Bright to Mary Earps and Jess Carter. But that's encouraging for England, just to see that little bit of confidence in possession. Talk about risk and reward, Karen Bardsley, but we don't want these lionesses to go into their shells.
No, we don't. But again, you have to give credit to Spain. They're being very, very clever. They're essentially going player for player in the midfield. Occasionally, Ella Toon's maybe finding a few pockets of space, but not often enough. And then you see the only free player ends up being Millie Bright, or obviously Mary Earps as well. So the options to play are always essentially backwards for England. So it's Lauren Hemp dropping in to help defend, which is leaving Alessia Russo really isolated. So it's hard to kind of find that outlet to hold up pressure.
Lovely interchange of passes between Hermoso and Caldente. Spain stretch the play once more. Bonmati out to the right-hand side they go. And Alba Redondo has the option of Badger. Redondo went for goal, blocked away by Rachel Daly. Paredes will pick it up, but again, England are so deep. The light blue shirts camped outside their own penalty area. Badger trying to take on Daly once again. Oh, again, a lovely bit of skill. Daly clearing the ball away. Lauren Hemp getting involved, trying to win that throw for England, and does so. Spain lead by a goal to nil. 6 minutes to play in this first half.
Spain are just so front-footed. They're so aggressive in their tempo. You know, as soon as they lose possession or they feel, they smell any sort of blood in the water, they're around it like sharks, counter-pressing left, right and centre.
And they're in possession midway through their own half. La Codina squaring it to Irene Paredes. Paredes, who used to be the captain of Spain, incidentally. She wasn't one of those 15 players that sent the email to the Spanish FA saying they didn't want to be called up, but as captain at the time, she did publicly reference the squad's discontent and desire for change, said that was her job as captain to relay the feelings of the squad to the coaching staff. Has dropped until March. That was when she was called up again, and no longer has the captain's armband. It is a fascinating field story. And the reaction in Spain, if they make history, leading as they are by a goal to nil, as Walsh under pressure squares it to Carter just inside the penalty area. Played out to the right-hand side, and Lucy Bronze will pick it up and field now to Georgia Stanway and back to Carter once more. The reaction in Spain will be fascinating, because I know there are a lot of mixed emotions because of what's gone on, because of the players that aren't here, but they could achieve something that no Spanish side has achieved before, as Carter makes a challenge. Big ooze around Stadium Australia. The referee's happy with it. The ball's gone out for a goal kick, and well, Iona Caldente is back up to her feet, and to be fair, she's got a real handful of Jess Carter's shorts there, but Carter comes and slides, and England get the decision of goal kick.
Well, they are very nice shorts, Vicky, but I mean, I'm more concerned about that 2v1 situation that Lucy Bronze just put Jess Carter in. You know, just again, it looks like there's an element of, I don't want to say desperation, but they're trying to find the solutions to being essentially forced to play backwards consistently. So something we haven't really seen a lot from the Lionesses so far this tournament.
Here goes Lauren Hemp. England looking for an equaliser late on in this first half. Out to the right-hand side she goes. Ball is driven across. Oh, what a miss from Toon! The flag stays down. Now it goes up, and that is a huge relief from Ella Toon. Just couldn't get the right contact inside the 6-yard box, and her blushes are spared. Let's look again. She was just offside. It would have been ruled out by VAR. She just missed kicks inside the 6-yard box. Oh, it would have been a tap-in. It wouldn't have counted. It would have been offside. And that, perhaps, is a relief for England. But encouragement for England. They were able to slice Spain apart there.
It just shows you, that Spain are vulnerable. It's just, essentially, England are really struggling to do it consistently. The spaces are just becoming too big to kind of make that attack consistent.
But England are buoyed by that rare attack, that rare sight of the Spanish goal. They have the ball on halfway. Spain, as Karen says, are vulnerable at the back. They've not kept a clean sheet since the second group stage game against Zambia. Kasakoi has conceded in every one of the knockout matches. This just her 4th cap for Spain. As Rachel Daly plays the ball forward, looking for the run of Russo, and Corina shepherds it back to Kasakoi, who will bring the ball back into her own 6-yard box and pick it up very calmly indeed. Spain leading by a goal to nil, 2.5 minutes plus added time to play in this first half on 5 Live, the World Service, and across BBC Local Radio.
I was just watching Kira Walsh there when she received the ball, and she was looking for options, and the opposite midfielder just didn't arrive in time, which was Georgia Stanway, and I just keep thinking she needs more help in the build-up. We're going to see them kind of drift a bit more into a double pivot maybe in the second half.
Ball goes out of play for an England throw right in front of Jorge Vilde, who will see this run, and particularly if they win their first ever major trophy, as vindication for the backing that he received from the Spanish FA. Said after the semi-final against Sweden that his family had suffered this year with everything going on, as Ariuelo almost steals that ball away from Millie Bright. Alex Greenwood has it under pressure from Alba Redondo. Golden Boot winner in the Spanish top flight this season. Clears long over the head of Rachel Daly. It comes back to Redondo. Lovely control by Spain's record goal scorer, Jenny Hermoso. Here is Bonmati picking up in that central midfield position. Out to the left-hand side, Spain go. Here is Caldente, the goal scorer, Olga Carmona, the captain, who's given Spain this 1-0 lead. Low finish into the bottom corner. The ball is scooped into the area. Pariuelo can't quite control with that touch. And the ball is behind for a goal kick to England.
She's so dangerous, Pariuelo. There's constantly runs from central positions on the outside shoulders of both Millie Bright or Alex Greenwood, and we're seeing that Spain are more than happy to drop in a nice early cross from deep, and it's causing some trouble, particularly with runs behind in the second balls as well.
Well, she's an under-17 World Cup winner with Spain. She's an under-20 World Cup winner with Spain. But England it is who are coming forward. Into the penalty area they go with Lauren Hemp. Toons waiting. Badger's there, clears away right in front of her goalkeeper, Katakoi. Stanway looking to let fly. Angle closes down, 25 yards out, so she goes back to Jess Carter. And now Millie Brighton. Karen Barzi to my left has her head in her hands. I think we were both thinking of that stunner she scored in extra time in the quarter-final of the Euros against Spain. I'll tell you what, it was a similar position, but Spain closed the angle down. England have given the ball away, and Spain have it just outside their own penalty area, but that is an opportunity wasted.
This is tense, Vicky. This is tense. I mean, at that moment in time, I knew that she was going to get closed down too quickly, so I was trying to think, don't shoot, because it goes straight into the shin pads of someone else. It's going to set Spain onto a counter.
1 minute of added time to play at the end of this first half in the Women's World Cup final. England are trailing by a 0 against Spain. Spain almost dispossessed just outside their own penalty area by Jess Carter, who stepped up, one of the 3 centre-halves. That just shows a bit of England's frustration, and now Carter's out of position and Spain are coming down the right-hand side. Bonmati, Pariuelo's in the centre, drives it across. Another shocking delivery. There's no other word for it. What a chance for Spain to make something of that. But it's behind Pariuelo by a good 7 or 8 yards. Spins out to the left-hand side. Spain still in possession, but had those deliveries in this first half been better, they could have really punished England, and it would be more than the 0 by which Spain lead.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Vicky. Let's not forget about that save from Mary Earps. I mean, the threat is coming down both sides.
And here comes Badger down the right-hand side for Spain, trying to pick the pass. Oh, Pariuelo just past the post. Oh, that was so close. Excellently taken first-time shot from the teenager, Salma Pariuelo. And there is the half-time whistle, a half in which England trail by a 0.
And then the outlet for the attack isn't really there, so it's more of relieving pressure than actually maintaining possession.
Brilliant save by Mary Earps to deny Spain, first of all. Hemp, obviously, Lauren Hemp hit the bar for England. Katie Smith, you were behind that goal for that Mary Earps save, and obviously the Spain goal that gives them the 1-0 lead at half-time. What's the vibe you're sensing from the fans that are right behind you?
Well, there's a lot of England fans still here. They've not gone in at half-time to get drinks or anything. They're still being loud. There was that moment of quiet when the goal went in, but it's been really interesting sitting behind Mary Earp. She has been screaming throughout that half, particularly at the left-hand side to Alex Greenwood and to Rachel Daly, who, when they went in at half-time, Jules, Rachel Daly, she wasn't quite hobbling, but she didn't look completely at ease. So it'll be very interesting to see what's going to happen at half-time. Wiegman, as ever, up and down from the touchline. Jorge Vilda getting boos when his face was on the screen, but it feels very visceral and real, and it feels nervy down here right now.
Feels a little bit edgy, a real mix of emotions that I'm sensing from you, Katie. Faye White, half-time we knew Spain would dominate a lot of the ball. Is this the way you thought it would be, though, before the game kicked off?
Yeah, I think that certainly from about 20 minutes onwards when they started to really dominate, I think the first 15 minutes or so, England were quite pressing them high, forcing them into errors, and had, you know, a bit of joy and had those chances with Hemp hitting the bar, but then Spain come into it, and I think it's the fullbacks for me that are causing the problem, with Bagier and Carmona getting forward, overlapping, and often on the left side as well. Rachel Daly's been forced quite far back, and when we do get the ball, we can't get players up to the likes of Hemp and Russo. But yeah, they obviously exploited the space that Lucy Bronze left, and what a goal that was, inch perfect into the corner. But I think, yeah, we always knew Spain would possess the ball more, and we have to, you know, keep a bit more compact. We got opened up too many times.
As a former England captain, what will you be saying in that dressing room right now?
I was saying, it's still there to play for. It's 45 minutes, the biggest game, you know, demanding more from each other. They need to get a bit more they're a bit too reactive, I think, in midfield. Their midfielders, they're just the technical ability of the Spanish players allow them to be able to deal with the ball under pressure, but we've just got to get closer to them to stop allowing that. I think when we do press them a lot, you know, quicker, then you know, it forces them into errors. But it's about, yeah, just who's going to stand up and be counted. You've got to give more than we've ever given before, really, in this 45 minutes.
We've seen England come back from being behind already in this tournament. Can they do it again? We'll also see if Rachel Daly reappears after Katie Smith, our pitchside reporter, says that she was hobbling off at the end of the first half. 85058 at 5 Live Sport if you want to get in touch. Tom saying, sorry to say, that Jess Carter hasn't got the mobility to cope when Lucy Bronze bombs forward. This game might suit going back to a back four. Tony says a terrific goal from Spain, making the use of the space Bronze had left, and a great angled finish. Dan saying Bronze had 3 players around her and Ella Toone had acres of space if she made herself available for the pass, but she didn't. It's 5 Live Sport. We will talk more ahead of this second half of this Women's World Cup final, where Spain lead England by 1-0. We'll also head to Budapest to catch up with the latest from the World Athletics Championships. But first, the news on 5 Live with Nick Hatfield.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Russia says its Luna 25 spacecraft has spun out of control and crashed into the moon. It was supposed to make a soft landing on the moon's south pole, but suffered problems as it moved into its pre-landing orbit. It was Russia's first attempt at a moon mission in almost 50 years. A senior Conservative MP has joined calls for a judge-led statutory inquiry into the Lucy Letby case. The nurse was convicted on Friday of murdering 7 babies and trying to kill 6 others at the Countess of Chester Hospital. The inquiry, announced by the government, won't have the power to compel witnesses to give evidence. Steve Bryan, who chairs the Health Select Committee, says it needs to be led by a judge. At least 30,000 households have been ordered to leave their homes in British Columbia in Canada as nearly 400 wildfires continue to rage. Tens of thousands of other people are on standby to leave. And the government has approved plans for a northern version of London's famous Brit School. The new school in Bradford will be free to attend for 500 students.
Heads on top! Heads on top! on BBC iPlayer.
My wedding got cancelled by the apocalypse. Well, human civilization also got cancelled, so that sort of puts your wedding into perspective. How dare you put my wedding into perspective?
A hen party gone wild.
You need to catch up, love. All the fellas have carked it.
You might be the last man alive.
I want to be set free. I should be taking charge.
Hand over the man.
Henpocalypse.
You know what? This actually isn't the worst Hindu I've been on.
Watch on BBC iPlayer.
From 5 Live Sports,
the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023
with Juliet Farrington.
Here in Australia, then Spain won England 0 at half-time of this Women's World Cup final. Following our coverage here in Sydney of Spain against England, we'll bring you Premier League Sunday with Steve Crossman, commentary of Aston Villa and Everton from 2, and then West Ham against Chelsea from 4:30. We're also going to keep you across the World Athletics Championships in Budapest throughout the day. We can go over there now and join Catherine Merry and Alison Kirbishley. Katarina Johnson-Thompson, she's going for gold in the heptathlon this afternoon. She was leading going into the javelin, wasn't she?
Yes, she was, Juliet. It's absolutely roasting here. 30-degree plus temperatures, a real contrast from the weather we had yesterday morning when KJT, as she's affectionately known, started her campaign to win this world title, which she did win, remember, back in 2019. She's battled back from career-threatening injuries. She was in a silver medal position overnight behind world leader Anna Hall of the USA. But with a 6-metre 54 long jump, has gone into the gold medal position. And very shortly, Juliet will start her 3 throws in the javelin element. Look, herself and Anna Hall are very close in the javelin if you look at their best. This is going to come down to the 800 metres tonight. And we'll see if Katarina Johnson-Thompson can win the world title again.
The lights have been dimmed here in Sydney for the half-time light show sequence where the camera phones come up and the torches are lit in and around with the 75,000 that are inside Stadium Australia. Ali, you've seen Dina Asher-Smith as well in action in the women's 100-metre heats.
We have, Juliet. We've seen the Swift girls in the burning heat of the midday sun. It's over 32 degrees with real high humidity here. And, yeah, we've seen both Dina Asher-Smith and Daryl Neater go through by right, looking very, very comfortable in second place in their heat. But unfortunately, Amani Lansakwo had to run under protest after what looked like a false start. She qualified by right, finishing 3rd in her heat, but now has to have British Athletics on her side to protest her to get through to the semi-final tomorrow. We haven't had results of that protest yet, so we wait to see if she will be advanced.
Catherine, Alison, thank you for that latest update from Budapest. One match in the championship today in the EFL. It's a 12 o'clock kickoff, so in a few minutes' time, Aaron Paul is watching Norwich against Millwall.
Yeah, absolutely, I am. By the way, Juliet, the bars and concourses absolutely packed here in support of the Lionesses. Carrow Road very much half full. Just 13 minutes, Christian Fastnack returns to Norwich. The impressive Jonathan Rowe is in attack. Gary Rowett makes a tactical change. He goes to a back 4 for Millwall with a first start handed to academy prospect Romanes.
Aaron, thank you. So the concourses are packed watching the match here in Sydney, where Spain are leading England by 1-0 at half-time in this Women's World Cup final. We can go to the pub, the Union Arms pub in Tilsley near Wigan. It's where some of Ella Toon's family and friends watching the match, and Isabel Fry is there.
Hi, Juliet. Yeah, the atmosphere is amazing in here. All of Ella's family are sat around watching, aunts, brothers, everyone ready. And we saw a chance where she almost just got that goal and unfortunately was just too far away. But I'm here with some fans. We're going to catch up with them, see how they're feeling after this game. Emma and Shay. Emma, how are you feeling with the results so far?
I mean, it's disappointing, but I still have faith. I mean, we got this far, and it's a great team, so I still have faith. We can pull it back.
Shay, how are you feeling? You're not looking happy.
I'm stressed. I think they're not as strong as they were in the semi, so I don't know. Something needs to change up. Maybe, I don't know, bring James on or something. Something's got to change fast. But I think if we get back to the mentality we were in the semis, we'll be okay.
And we saw Ella, almost on the goal, just slightly offside. How was that, seeing that, and just seeing the disappointment when it missed her foot?
I know, she looked devastated, but it would have been offside either way, so the worst could have happened, but we're just not keeping hold of the ball long enough for anyone to get a chance. That's the issue. I think if we can keep hold of it for a bit longer, Ella might get another chance, or Russo or whoever.
And, you know, Ella's a local girl here. The community have come together to support her. What has she done for women's football in the local area here?
Oh, she's done an unbelievable amount. She's got her own pitch now. You know, there's a bunch of little girls running around here with full England United kits on. Like, I don't think you can really understate what she has done for this community as well. This pub is thriving because of her. So, like, it's amazing what she's done, I think.
Amazing. Yeah, there's a huge mural of Ella Toon outside. There's a big screen that someone's put up over here. Fans that are outside, squashed inside. I think the atmosphere is still feeling hopeful here. We're not let down just yet, Juliet.
Isabel, thank you. The players are making their way onto the pitch. The substitutes are warming up and a couple of the England players are coming out as well. I can see Mary Earps there on the halfway line. Faye White, I think one of Ella's mates summed it up when it comes to England keeping the ball. That's what they've got to do more of in the second half to give themselves a chance of getting back in.
Yeah, we just got to give better options for the player on the ball. Obviously, Spain are so good at getting numbers. A couple of times you see 3 or 4 players smothering the player on the ball. That means someone else is free. So it's just getting your head up, being able to release that pass. But it looks like Lauren James might be coming on, and you know it is. You've got to go for it now. It's only 45 minutes, so hopefully she can get the ball, draw some fouls, get us higher up the pitch. She's so good at dribbling and you know taking the team up with her. So. Yeah, it looks like that change will happen.
Well, the Spanish players are making their way out. So too the England players. Spain leading England at half-time. To talk you through the second half with substitutions as well. Karen Bardsley is alongside Vicky Sparks.
Well, England captain Millie Bright said before this Women's World Cup final that the Lionesses would need to play the game of their lives. And my word, do they need the performance of their lives in this second half at Stadium Australia, because they trail Spain by a 1-0. And Karen Bardsley, Serena Wiegman is about to ring the changes. Lauren James, back from suspension, is on for Alessia Russo. And Chloe Kelly will also enter the field. We're just waiting to see which player she will replace. She is on for Rachel Daly. So Chloe Kelly, the extra time heroine at Wembley in the European Championship final last summer, and Lauren James, who had been having the tournament of her life for England before being sent off. That moment of madness, the deliberate step on Michelle Alozia of Nigeria in the last 16. She missed the quarter-final through suspension. She missed the semi-final through suspension. Had FIFA taken a dimmer view of that, as they have with one red card at this tournament for Deborah Abiodun, she could have missed this final as well. But she's available. She didn't start. Serena Wiegman named the unchanged side. But this is the weapon that Serena Wiegman knew she could unleash from the bench.
Lauren James is going to be crucial. I think she really holds up play really, really well, but she protects the ball more importantly, so it's going to limit those transitions. But the creativity and the attack that she brings is exactly what England need right now.
And England coming forward, Spain get there and send the ball back to their goalkeeper, Casacoy. And it will be a free kick to Spain, midway inside their own half. So with Rachel Daly going off, it looks as though England have returned to the 4 at the back. So you've got Mary Earps in goal, Lucy Bronze, Millie Bright, Alex Greenwood and Jess Carter now playing at left back. Kira Walsh, Georgia Stanway in the centre, then Ella Toon in the number 10. Chloe Kelly on this right-hand side. Lauren James on the left for now, although she's very fluid, she loves to drift around. And Lauren Hemp through the centre up front. Now, she's been playing in a 2 with Alessia Russo. She can play up front by herself, but interesting that it's Hemp who's been left on, although she has probably been England's best player in that first half, rather than Russo, the more natural number 9. England free kick. Lucy Bronze sends it forward, headed on by Chloe Kelly. Picked up by Spain and Abiera. Cleared away by the goal scorer, the captain on the night, Olga Carmona. Vanna Andres, their captain, coming into this tournament on the bench. Again, she picked up an injury during the tournament. She is back from that, but on the bench once more. So Paredes in possession for Spain, who have made no changes at half-time, leading by a 0-0 here in this Women's World Cup final on 5 Live, the World Service, and across BBC Local Radio as well. We'll take you through their lineup in a moment, but this is good pressure by England. Carmona deals with that well, wins the free kick. She's pulled down by Chloe Kelly. So Spain with Casacoy in goal, just her 4th appearance for her country after making her debut in the last 16 here. The back 4, Ivona Badje, Irene Paredes, Laia Codina, And the captain on the night, Olga Carmona, who scored that goal that gives them the lead against England. In midfield, it's Aitana Bonmati, Teresa Abellera and Jenny Hermoso, their record goal scorer. Alba Redondo, Mariona Caldente, 19-year-old Salma Pariuelo up top. Reigning Ballon d'Or holder Alexia Putellas on the bench. Here goes Pariuelo, 20 yards out. Approaching the England penalty area, plays it out to the right-hand side, a little bit too strong, but Badger does get there, plays it in field to Alba Redondo. Forward now, goes Redondo looking for Badger, but Lauren James is there, brings the ball away, plays it up towards halfway, intercepted by Abellera, and Spain have it once more. Spain playing in the red shirts, the black shorts and the black socks. England in their change strip, the light blue shirts and shorts with the white socks. Spain have it on the right-hand side. Oh, lovely play by Bonmati, slides it through the right-hand side of the area. Good challenge by Jess Carter, goes out for a Spain throw. Deep in England territory, Spain lead by a goal to nil.
You can see Kira Walsh and Georgia Stanway exchanging, tactics around who needs to kind of step out to the ball, but they're covering a lot of space at this moment in time, and they look like they're starting to fatigue a little bit.
Poor ball, though, by Redondo. England's get the foot in and send the ball down the left-hand side and win a throw over on that far side. If you're Lauren James then, and you're told by Serena Wiegman, right, you're not starting, what's going through your head at that point? How galvanised will she be, having come off the bench at half-time?
I'll be honest, I don't think it was any sort of, she wouldn't have been surprised that Lauren James was starting on the bench, Vix. I think Serena would have made it clear what the expectations are.
Here goes Spain, Caldente, 30 yards out, looking to double their advantage against England in the Women's World Cup final. Carmona is well dispossessed by Chloe Kelly, takes the time clearing her lines, and Spain have won it back. Caldente, Kelly gets the foot in again on the edge of the area. Spain pull it back to Jenny Hermoso, plays the ball into the box, it's blocked, spins out to Caldente on this left-hand side, up against Lucy Bronze, back to Hermoso once more. Hermoso can't quite find Caldente first time, but Caldente retrieves off through the legs of Lucy Bronze, brilliantly. Bonmati, Spain are really starting to click. Bonmati back to Caldente, she's forced out of the area by Bronze, who dived in. Caldente still going, and the curler, brilliant save by Ebbs. Absolutely outstanding from England's number one. Pushes it past the post. It's a Spain corner, but my word, Caldente had Bronze on toast there.
Bronze on toast, I love that. No, Bonmati makes a fantastic third player run. There's exchanges between the Spanish attackers, and then suddenly this run comes out blindside. And it's a fantastic strike from Mariona Caldente, who just kind of drops it into the opposite side, that left-hand side from Mary Earps, and she moves her feet exquisitely, Mary Earps, to make that save, get a big right hand and push it around the post.
She's made some big stops at this tournament, Mary Earps. That is one of the biggest. England's trying to hold firm to keep it at just the 1-0 deficit. That corner is cleared away, out for a throw, deep inside England territory, and Abellera is there. It's going to be another corner, actually. Thought that had gone for a throw, but does spin behind, and so another corner to Spain. Abellera stands over this. Spain playing from right to left in this second half. The red shirts lining up outside the 6-yard box. It's whipped it. Oh, goodness me. I'm not sure I've seen a corner as poor as that for years. Literally whips it. I don't even think it hit the side netting. I think it went behind the goal. Anyway, England will take that all day long. They trail by a goal to nil, and they already have play underway with Lucy Bronze in the right back position. Plays it forward now to Georgia Stanway, in field to Chloe Kelly. Under real pressure from Carmona, and Carmona does well and wins the ball, and Spain are starting to click again. Lucy Bronze gets the foot in that time, dispossesses Hermoso. Lauren Hemp lays it off, but there's no Russo there now, and Ella Toon wasn't quite up with play. Abellera will bring it forward for Spain. Here is Hermoso once more. England working so hard as Millie Bright comes across up against Pariuelo and does really well there. Bright, did it get a little touch off her? No, it didn't. It will be a goal kick to England. But just going back to Lucy Bronze there, I mean, she was at fault in many ways for Spain's opener, not just losing possession on halfway. Obviously, Spain still had a lot to do, but not tracking back. And you can see she's already dived in a couple of times in this second half. She knows she's made a mistake, she's furious with herself, but she has to not let that emotion get the better of her. It comes from that place of desperately wanting to get England back into this, but they can't afford for Bronze to be on a yellow or Even a red out to the left-hand side. Go England. Lauren Hemp picks it up, pulls it back to Lauren James. Into the area. Jess Carter's up there. James can't find a Chelsea teammate, and it's out for a Spain throw. Karen Bardsley.
I feel like I'm just noticing across the pitch, whether it's the decision making or there is an element of frustration and anxiety almost that we haven't really seen so far in this tournament, and that, to your point, Vicky, is something that needs to kind of be mitigated as soon as possible, because we haven't seen that, and that is not the Lionesses that we're used to seeing. So they need to find a way to kind of get back into the rhythm, get the good habits out, and start doing things more instinctively and naturally, because that's when they're at their best.
England 0, Spain 1. 7.5 minutes gone in the second half of this Women's World Cup final. Ball down the left-hand side looking for Latoon, is cleared away by Badger. England will have a throw over on the far side. Here is Jess Carter to take it, playing at left back now, position she has played occasionally at this tournament, very regularly for Chelsea. She's such a versatile player, Jess Carter, as Paredes clears away under pressure for Spain, and Pariuelo will pick it up just inside the Spain half. Spain almost steal that down the right-hand side, but England get the foot in, and here is the captain, Millie Bright. Out to the right-hand side she goes. England 0, Spain 1, here on 5 Live, the World Service, and BBC Local Radio. Infield, England go now to Georgia Stanway. To the right now, and Chloe Kelly, early ball in. Oh, it's missed! Oh, what a chance for England. Coming in at the far post was Lauren Hemp. Toon missed it initially. Hemp was there, and she can't get the connection she wants. She can't get it on target. It's a huge opportunity. It may well have been ruled out for offside. It's very marginal against Kelly, who delivers the ball in. But goodness me, what an opportunity for England. In fact, it's Badger who gets there, and eventually the flag might have saved Spain in the end. But again, encouragement for the Lionesses that on the rare occasions that they whip those early balls in and the movement is on point, they can hurt Spain at the back.
It's a delightful cross from Chloe Kelly. The shape on it is just so enticing for Ella Toon. Oh, and Lauren Hemp nearly nicked one, but she left one, didn't she, on the Spanish defender?
Dina, she almost stole it. Into the book goes Lauren Hemp. Dina is still down. So yellow cards for Lauren Hemp. Oh, what a dive.
Give me a break.
What a dive. I mean, that is shameful, really, from Kadina. She goes sliding in Lauren Hemp. She is out of control, but it's the barest of contact. And Hemp is saying to referee Tori Payne, as she's shown that yellow card, look, that is not a yellow card. It's not even a foul. And Karen Bardsley?
No, I mean, Lauren Hemp is obviously so keen to try and win, but, I would say the outside of her knee grazed the outside of Codina's big toe. There's hardly anything on that for me. That's really poor.
The way she went down as well, Kadina. I mean, we have to say, from high up in the stands here at Stadium Australia, really, she was out of control, and had she made more contact, it could have been nasty, but she is into the book. That is the decision. And England have a throw, which Lucy Bronze will prepare to take right in front of Jorge Vilda. His Spain side, like England, who've already made history by getting to their first Women's World Cup final, but it's his Spain side that have the advantage by a goal to nil. Olga Carmona in 29 minutes. Still plenty of time to play for the Lionesses, but they need to up their game. They brought those changes on at half-time. Kelly and James on. But it's Spain who are coming forward once more. Down the right-hand side they go. All into the area is blocked, and it will be a corner to Spain. Good defending by Alex Greenwood.
I was watching Selma Pariuelo just then when she was 1v1 with Millie Bright, and she feints to start the attack and then pulls off, and then you see Bonmati absolutely bomb past her and play and receive a ball, a lovely slip ball, just inside the area, and it's lacking that final execution. It's a good block from England, but yeah, the creativity off the ball is unbelievable from the Spanish side.
So corner to Spain from the far side. Looking to make it 2-0 against England. They play it short. It's inside the penalty area. Hermoso trying to trick her way past Georgia Stanway, and Stanway is not to be fooled and clears long. But again, they're so deep, England. There is nobody anywhere near the halfway line. And Katakoi, the Spain goalkeeper, can come out midway through her own half and send it to this left-hand side. And Olga Carmona, the goal scorer, the woman who has given Spain this advantage in the Women's World Cup final. Here she is again, Spain just inside their own half. Ball lifted over the top, looking for Pariuelo. Got a little shove, did she, from Millie Bright, but more contact, and Pariuelo is straight back up the teenager as England play it away. Over the top is the ball from Kira Walsh, and it's a good one. And here is Chloe Kelly, has Toon in the centre. Hemp a little closer on this right-hand side of the penalty area. Kelly held up well by Spain. Pulls it back to Walsh once more. He slides it forward to Lauren James. Yet to have a shot at goal, James. Yet to really get near that Spain penalty area after coming on at the break. Here is Kelly, a fellow substitute. Walsh's delivery. Arriving at the far post was Jess Carter. Miscue. Bachier will get there and clear away. What an opportunity that could have been for England. And in truth, you'd want it to fall to somebody other than Carter, coming in from that left-back position where she is now as England steer the ball all the way back to Mary Earps. But again, suddenly, Karen, space is opening in the Spain back line.
And that's exactly what Lauren James brings in. She's so composed on the ball. She holds it. I'll let you take this, Vic.
Here goes Ella Toon down the left-hand side for England, but Paredes is there first and clears away.
Lauren James holds up play and invites pressure from the Spanish players. Suddenly she's 3v1 and she realizes that Chloe Kelly is wide open on this near side channel. And that's kind of the creativity and the opportunities that Lauren James provides for her teammates.
Here goes captain Millie Bright. England trailing Spain by a 0-0 here on 5 Live, the World Service, and across BBC Local Radio. Lucy Bronze with the ball into the area. Hemp is trying to get there up against Carmona, who does very well down by the byline. That is excellent defending from Spain's goal scorer. Millie Bright sends it forward once again for England. Hemp wins the header. Out to the right-hand side come England with Lucy Bronze, who is not getting forward as much, having switched to this right-back position rather than right wing-back, because England have to stop that threat down the flanks as Spain very beautifully steal possession, played around in little triangles on that left-hand side, and eventually win the free kick. And we can see down below us, I think we've got the England family to the right-hand side, just behind the England dugout, the Spain family members sitting behind the Spain dugout, and the red and yellow flags are being waved, they're chanting. The England's fans and family were up in arms there. It is still tight in terms of scoreline. Spain will feel that they could have scored more. Lauren Hemp will feel that only the bar denied her from opening the scoring for England before Carmona's goal. That's the only goal we've had in this Women's World Cup final. England are still in this as Chloe Kelly hooks the ball into the area, bounces off the top of the bar there. Coy watched it all the way and it bounces behind. It's one of those, and I think she was confident on that. It was positioned inside her 6-yard box.
She was very casual, wasn't she, Vicky?
She was indeed, as Spain prepared to make their first change. And the Golden Boot winner in the Spanish top flight this season, Alba Redondo, is coming off, and Oyan Hernandez will enter the field for Spain. In response to the improved performance from England in this second half, but Spain still very much have a measure of control in this game. So Oyan Hernandez is on. Defender for an attacker, so we'll see how they reshuffle. Of course, England have changed formation in this second half, going back to the 4 at the back. Plays for Real Madrid. Oyan Hernandez suspended for the semi-final, so Lauren James is back in contention. Also, like Lauren James has been used from the bench as Spain win the throw midway through their own half. In field, they go to Vieira. They lose out, and here goes Ella Toon midway through the Spain half. Pulls it back to Kira Walsh, who under pressure goes back to Millie Bright. Goes down by Salma Pariuelo. Lucy Bronze has it right-hand side now. Caldente gets a touch. Now Hermoso lifts it forward. England 0, Spain 1 in the Women's World Cup final. Lucy Bronze gets her boot to that, sends the ball forward. Jess Carter will pick it up in the centre circle as Spain clear. Here goes Kira Walsh now on the halfway line. Oh, she has it taken off her toes by Pariuelo, and this is where Spain can be so dangerous. Can they punish England? The red shirts are streaming forward. Jenny Hermoso, though, held up well, but they're still coming, Spain. As the shot is driven just over the bar. What an effort that was from Bonmati. Well, she's got the quality. The UEFA Champions League Player of the Year. She's an outstanding midfielder. And it whistled narrowly over Mary Earps' crossbar.
Again, what a fantastic strike from Bonmati, but just off target, fortunately. But Kira Walsh being dispossessed in the midfield. And I have to say, Jenny Hermoso's having an absolutely fantastic evening for Spain.
Yeah, playing a little deeper than she often does, Spain's record goal scorer, but she was one of the key players that was missing at the Euros last summer, picked up an injury just before the tournament. They were without Pateas as well. Unfinished business for those two in particular, as Georgia Stanway's committed a foul just outside the Spain penalty area, and that is frustration from Stanway that she can't allow to get the better of her. The ball was already bouncing through to the Spain goalkeeper, Kiatakoi. She's gone shoulder to shoulder with Laia Cadena, and it's actually just that little elbow that she raises there and catches Cadena in the face. We do have VAR. We've already seen Lauren James lose her head a little bit and get sent off for a deliberate step from Michelle Alozier in the last 16. I think Stanway might get away with this because it was in the natural running motion, but they've got to stay calm here, England. They trail by a goal to nil. They have faced setbacks before the tournament, not having the injured captain Leah Williamson, not having... At the tournament, they faced setbacks. The red card for Lauren James, penalties against Nigeria, falling behind in the quarter-final against Colombia, Sam Kerr's equaliser that sent Stadium Australia wild here in the semi-final. They found a way past all of those obstacles. Now they have to find a way, as they did in the quarterfinals of the Euros against Spain. Once more, they trail by a goal to nil. The clearance is brought down by Jenny Hermoso. Here is Mariona Caldente. Pariuelo back to Hermoso. As she slows the play down, plays it forward to Pariuelo once more. Spain 1, England 0. Lovely turn by Bonmati, under pressure out to the left-hand side. Carmona Arce gets past Lucy Bronze again, down to the byline, pulls it back. Little deflection, comes to the edge of the area. Caldente brings it down. Once more, Pariuelo trying to get the shot away and miscues it. It got a deflection. It will be a corner. England were appealing for a handball in there. Spain are appealing now as well. VAR will have a look. Jorge Vilga is out on his touchline, banging his arm and saying handball, handball. They're all surrounding the American referee, Tori Payne. Let's see as we see a replay. It does brush off the fingers of Kira Walsh. Are her arms in an unnatural position? I mean, they're down by her side. It's slightly out from her body. VAR are checking, and this is one of these where I think if you see it in the Premier League, it's not given. As the VAR check comes up on the screens inside the stadium, the Women's World Cup, I think their bar for clear and obvious is lower. So let's see. What do we think, Karen Barsley? Penalty, or would it be harsh?
I mean, I'll try and describe what I saw, and it looked like there was a change of direction for me from Kira Walsh towards the ball, but she was trying to shift her body weight to get her right foot out to the ball, and you can't do that without moving your upper body as well. So the shoulder, for me, the hand, didn't look like it was that much bigger. Like, she wasn't making herself bigger to try and get to the ball. She's simply just trying to shift her body position to get her foot out. But ultimately, her fingertips did touch the ball.
And that's it. We've seen penalties at this Women's World Cup that I think have been incredibly harsh for handball, when actually a player, are they, that's the key question, are they making their body unnaturally bigger? And the other key question is the clear and obvious error bar. And let's see, at this Women's World Cup, we've seen penalties like this given. You wouldn't see it, I don't think, in the Premier League. Let's see. VAR still having a look. Tori Payne is not letting Spain take the corner. Oh, she's making the sign. She's making the sign. She's coming over to the screen. And we know what that almost invariably means. It is so rare for a referee at this point to stick with their original decision. Are Spain about to get a penalty and the perfect chance to double their lead against the Lionesses?
And it's yeah, I'm just trying to go back over my mind around what I saw, and ultimately for me it's just it's frustrating to kind of watch a game like this potentially be decided by a decision like this, but I can't see how this is going to be overturned for me, Vicky. It looks like it's going to be a penalty against England.
So there is the clear touch of the hand. The question is the arm making the body unnaturally bigger? And this is what Tori Payne is going to have to decide. The question as well, I guess, as we see the replays, could Walsh have got her arm out of the way? Does she deliberately leave it there? I mean, the referee has a perfect view of it in real time, Karen, doesn't she?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. She's right there, and is she going to stick with her initial decision? But from this particular angle, it looked as though like her hand was starting to travel toward the ball, but I think it's going to be a penalty against England.
Well, she's having a good look. If that's the case, if there's a deliberate move towards the ball, it doesn't matter whether it's unnaturally bigger or not. That is deliberately handball. But she's having a really good look at this. And again, we go back to the Premier League. Basically, if you look at it 2 or 3 times, it's not a clear and obvious error. If they're taking this long to decide, Jorge Vilda's coming over now. He needs to be careful because they can't go near the VAR screen. But if you're having to look at it again and again and again, of course they want to make the right decisions, but it's not clearly and obviously a mistake then. Right, here we go. She's moved away from the screen. You'll hear it in the stadium and with us. What is the decision? Does Spain have a penalty against England in the Women's World Cup final? The team
After review, there is a punishable handball by number 4. Decision is penalty.
Penalty to Spain. And a huge opportunity to take a huge stride towards glory against the Lionesses. Well, England have faced huge setbacks in this tournament, but this could be their biggest yet. A pivotal moment. Their World Cup hopes hang in the balance if Spain put this penalty away, and it will be their record goal scorer, Jenny Hermoso, to take it. Jenny Hermoso, who saw a penalty saved in the opening match against Costa Rica at this Women's World Cup. Mary Earps has been beaten from the spot against China. She didn't save a penalty in the shootout against Nigeria. Nigeria missed 2 of their own accord, but she's had a fabulous tournament, England's number 1. Can she provide the goods here? This is huge. This is pivotal. The fans inside the stadium can sense it. The referee is making sure that all the players are outside the area and along that curve of the D. It's Jenny Hermoso for Spain against Mary Earps of England. The referee's still making sure everybody's outside the box. Here we go then. This for Spain to double their advantage. It's Hermoso against Earps. And Earps makes the save! England's number 1 keeps England very much in this Women's World Cup final. And Hermoso, for the 2nd time in this tournament, has missed from the penalty spot. And Mary Earps waves her arms to the crowd inside Stadium Australia. And could that be the moment that shifts the momentum of this final in the Lionesses' favour as Chloe Kelly down to the other end. Oh, high boots. Flag goes up. Indirect free kick. That was slightly dangerous from Chloe Kelly. Brilliant goalkeeping by Katakoi, the 22-year-old, to come out there. Goodness me, Karen Bardsley, it's all happening. But Mary Earps, take a bow.
What a fantastic save from Mary Earps. She knows where Hermoso's going to go. She would have studied that in the build-up to this, and she makes a fantastic effort to her left side, moves a bit early, and read it like an absolute book, front to back. Jenny Hermoso, penalty right into the chest of Mary Earps, and Mary Earps is pumped. This could be a pivotal moment, turning the momentum in the favour of England.
Is that the spark that the Lionesses need? Bonmati loses out. Jorge Vilda, the Spain manager's out there applauding, but Spain need to stay switched on. Lauren Hemp trying to make the most of that quick throw, but Laia Cordina is across, and Katakoi is close down by Hemp. Oh, she's taking a risk there inside her own 6-yard box, turning away from the on-rushing Lauren Hemp, and Spain just about managed to clear their lines, but there is a shift in atmosphere inside Stadium Australia, and will the doubts start to creep in for Spain? Jenny Hermoso, nice touch in the centre circle. She's then barged into by Lauren James, stays down. Offside flag goes up against Chloe Kelly. Now, England, how can you use this momentum? How can you engender anxiety in the Spanish ranks? Because that was their chance, Spain, to take a huge step towards their first Women's World Cup. Cordina's gone down again. The physios will come on. And this, you think, Karen Bardsley, might be Spain just trying to wrest some of this momentum away from England, because This could be backs to the wall for Spain in the final 90 minutes. That's what England will hope. That's what they will push for. They are still in this Women's World Cup final.
They absolutely are. I mean, I'm not being funny, but that save for Mary Earps is huge in terms of momentum in this game.
Let's go to Katie Smith, pitch side.
Yeah, I had my eyes trained on the dugout, Vicky, when that penalty was saved. Rachel Daly was swinging from the top of it and she leapt off. Esme Morgan, one of the substitutes, running onto the edge of the pitch as though England had equalised or potentially won it. We have so long to go, but the crowd erupting around me as well. This could be a momentum changer.
Thanks very much, Katie. La Corina is still down receiving treatment. And Spain are preparing to make a change. Their captain for this tournament, Ivana Andres, is about to come on. How can England take advantage of that penalty miss? And we have to say, I mean, we've talked all about the save from Mary Earps. It was a poor penalty from Hermoso.
I don't know. I don't know if it was, Vicky. I'm not sure.
Is it ever a poor penalty when a goalie saves?
Exactly, right? No, it's a great save. Mary Earps left early, didn't she? She started her approach to the ball early. She knew exactly where Hermoso was going to go. She gambled absolutely right. And we saw in a graphic on the TV just before the penalty was taken, and that was the side that she favored. But ultimately for me, touching on what Katie said, is going to be a game changer. But it was just inside the corner, that penalty from Hermoso, so well saved by Mary Earps.
Free kick for Spain, who have made that change. The Real Madrid captain for Spain, Ivana Andres, is on for Laicadina, who cannot continue as Chloe Kelly goes down this right-hand side for England. Ball in, deflects off from Matti to Toon. She can't find James, but Spain have lost it, and Toon almost picks it up. Hernandez over on that far side will retrieve possession. She's got Lauren James right behind her, and James puts on the pressure, and England win the throw on the far side. We've got 17 minutes to play in the Women's World Cup final. It's England 0, Spain 1.
And that's what we want to see. Lauren James exactly producing that moment of pressure. She's tracking everything down. We're used to seeing that from the likes of Lauren Hemp, but now with this formation change, it's not as much, it's not as obvious.
Here goes Stanway. All might sit up for her, just as it did in the quarter-final. Spain know that. They've got 3 red shirts around her. England pick it up with Lucy Bronze, who drives from 35 yards and raises a hand of apology. While we've seen her awesome stuns as well for England, but they can't snatch at those opportunities. And as Serena Wiegman watches on, seated in her technical area, this is where, surely, as England fans in the stadium and as England players, you draw on that experience against Spain in the quarter-final, where they scored that equaliser so late on through Ella Toon to take it to extra time. But Spain coming forward now, looking to find that second goal. Lucy Bronze is there ahead of Pariuelo, cleared away by Mary Earps up towards the halfway line. Chloe Kelly brings it down, nice control, brilliant skill as well to dance between Caldente and Hermoso, and lays it off to Alex Greenwood. Jess Carter's there as an option on the left-hand side, and Greenwood finds Carter. England 0, Spain 1 on 5 Live, the World Service, and across BBC Local Radio. 15 minutes to play in Sydney. Out to the left-hand side go England once more. Here is Lauren James, a real chance to run at the Spain defence. Lays it off to Lauren Hemp, left-hand side of the penalty area. Ball across, Kelly was in there, it's cleared away at the back by Carmona. And England will pick it up once more. Down the left-hand side they go. Here is James, space inside the penalty area. Flag stays down, and it's touched over by Katakoi. Goes behind for an England corner, and there a glimpse of what Lauren James can do. The magic that she has in those orange boots.
She protects the ball so well, Lauren James, and the Spanish players just bounce off of her as she turns that corner. She links up plays so well. She's an instant threat, and this is exactly what we needed to see in terms of impact when that substitution came on. And to be fair, I wasn't expecting that shot, but it was a fantastic save from Katakoi.
Outstanding from Koi, wasn't it? Tipping it over the bar. England with the corner. They need an equaliser in the final 14 minutes of this Women's World Cup final. Over from the left-hand side. This corner will be driven in towards the penalty spots. Little flicked header won't quite fall for England. Lucy Bronze picks it up right-hand side of the penalty area. She's forced out of the box. Manages to get the delivery in. Headed away by Spain. Brought down on the edge of the box by Greenwood, but she can't retain it. And Spain rush forward towards the halfway line they go. England getting the light blue shirts back. Here is Oyan Hernandez. plays it out to the right-hand side. Spain leading by a goal to nil. Spain who've had a penalty saved by Mary Earps, which has kept England in this Women's World Cup final as Badje won't pick up that ball. It's out of play for an England throw, deep in England territory.
With every ball that goes, with every pass that goes awry, Vicky, or goes out of play, I think England can kind of take a lot of confidence from that. The pressure, the momentum is starting to change in terms of, moving towards the favor of England. Lauren James has been a huge impact coming on. She's tearing down, terrorizing that left side.
England with the throw, up towards halfway. Lauren Hemp loses out. It's cleared high by Abiera, up towards Pariuelo. England win the free kick. Spain picked up the ball midway through the England half, and Alex Greenwood is down, and they're asking for medical attention here, England. It's a yellow card for Pariuelo for jumping into that challenge with Alex Greenwood, and you can see blood there just below Greenwood's eyebrow. She is caught by the glancing arm of Pariuelo. Not intentional at all. Pariuelo was watching the ball, but this is a really nasty one for Alex Greenwood. She's touched her fingers to her face. They've come away covered in blood. And we hope very much that Alex Greenwood is going to be okay. The physios are on. She is conscious, and they are treating her. And Lauren James has come over to have a word with Serena Wiegman, but it's a nasty one, isn't it, for Greenwood?
Yeah, it's not going to be pleasant, obviously. I mean, there must have been some big impact there, moving pretty quickly from that arm of Pariuelo. But, I mean, let's take this moment to really appreciate just how good Alex Greenwood has been over the course of the tournament. She's been absolutely phenomenal. She's been linking up play really, really nicely out of the back, a variety of passes, the range, being able to kind of create that threat, not only indirectly but directly in the way she plays. The defending has been phenomenal in terms of moving into a central three. But, we need to see more of that, and hopefully Alex will be able to continue.
Yeah, she's had a brilliant tournament. Lucy Bronze is there. They have options on the bench. England, Jess Carter, of course, could move back to centre-half, and they could bring a player like Niamh Charles on. You've got Esme Morgan, Manchester City centre-half, Lotte Wubben-Moy, the Arsenal centre-back, neither of whom have played at this tournament. But we will see. Mary Earps has gone over. But it just also, this little stoppage in play allows Spain to regroup. Spain, who, like England, are looking to win their first Women's World Cup. Spain, who had that opportunity to double their advantage in this second half with 20 minutes to play. From the spot with Hermoso, Mary Earps making the save as the first Mexican wave goes around Stadium Australia. They're keeping themselves occupied. Reminder, you'll be listening, if you'd like to all the reaction from this match on the Football Daily, and we'll have reaction from the day's Premier League games as well. Full commentary of those coming up this afternoon on 5 Live. Aston Villa against Everton from 2, and West Ham against Chelsea from 4:30. So Alex Greenwood still receiving treatment. Karen Bardsley, former England #1, alongside me. Is there anything else that England can change without Greenwood's injury aside, in an attacking sense, to try and find this equaliser? Would you change anything personnel-wise, tactics-wise, system-wise again?
Oh, it's difficult. I mean, we obviously saw, how exposed Spain were making England look with 3 in the back, really getting overrun, asking so much of Rachel Daly when she was on the pitch, and was it actually a knee that got Alex Greenwood there? Yeah,
we're just seeing another replay from a different angle, and it is the knee of Pariuelo that has caught Alex Greenwood. I was going to say there was a lot of force in the arm if it did cause that wound for Alex Greenwood, but no, it's the arm and the knee have moved at the same time, and it looks as though it is the knee that's caught Alex Greenwood. It is a painful one for her.
Yeah, but sorry, going back to my other point around the formation change as well, I think that having 4 in the backs obviously provided some stability in defence for England, but it's kind of limited a few options going forward. But Chloe Kelly's looked good coming on. I think, frankly, it's the impact that Lauren James has made about being able to get across the pitch and link up play, creating more 2v1s around the fullbacks, around Spanish fullbacks. But for me, the distances are still quite large in the midfield. I think we need to have a bit more link-up play and support from next to Keira Walsh in terms of being able to progress the ball forward a bit more quickly.
Well, she is finally back up to her feet, Alex Greenwood. She has been patched up, Terry Butcher style, with the big white bandage looping around her head. as we see royalty in the crowds here. No Rishi Sunak, no Prince William, the FA president for England, but the Queen of Spain, Queen Letizia, and her daughter are here cheering on Spain, who are closing in on their first ever Women's World Cup win, unless England can find a late equaliser, just as they did in the quarterfinals of the European Championships against Spain last summer, en route to winning the trophy. So Greenwood's gone off just to be checked, and now she is back on. Alex Greenwood, big cheers for her. What a warrior. She's back to play her part, gets a handshake from Millie Bright, because England have work to do. They trail in the Women's World Cup final by a goal to nil. There will be plenty of stoppage time now for that injury to Alex Greenwood, as England lose the ball outside the Spain penalty area. Picked up though by Lauren James. Oh, brilliant vision to find Lucy Bronze. Down the right hand side she goes. Movement in the centre. Hemp one of those in there. Headed away by Spain. Comes out to Carter. Urged to shoot. Pulls it to Walsh instead. 25 yards out. Lucy Bronze, first time delivery in, and it goes straight into the arms of Kata Coy. But had she had any runners there, Lucy Bronze, England could have had a tap in.
That's clever from Lucy Bronze. That's what we're used to seeing from her. I mean, she didn't obviously recognize there would be no runners in the area, but the team need to be more clever than that. They know what Lucy Bronze is capable on her day.
Good closing down by Lauren James on this near side, but the clearance from Carmona gets the deflection off James, and it's out for a Spain throw. Carmona it is, who has scored the goal that gives Spain this 1-0 lead. 7 minutes plus added time to play, and Carmona's lost it. Here goes Lauren James. Oh, she's been fouled there. That is a clear foul. Oh, surely no, the referee's not given it. James down right outside the area. Would have been a free kick. Serena Beekman's up in arms. You don't see that often. Surely that was a blatant push by Carmona. James had got past her. Ball goes out of play. It's a Spain throw. I can't believe that's not been given, Karen Bardsley.
Full intention, I think, from Carmona to get round the waist of Lauren James and just push her off balance. I'm really, really surprised. Full intention, two hands all over the back of Lauren James, just pushes her to the ground. That's shocking refereeing.
And it would have been a fantastic opportunity for England, but now it's Spain who come forward. Ball out to this left-hand side. Spain leading by a goal to nil. Here is Mariona Caldente, plays it behind Jenny Hermoso, who's missed that penalty, saved by Mary Earps in the second half. Spain have 2 players down, 3. England don't care. They're going to play on. The referee is going to allow them to. 2 players still down for Spain, as Lauren James has it. She's brought down there, surely, by Abellera. This time the free kick is given. Jorge Vilda's not happy. He's saying, well, we've got players down. Hermoso is still down. Over on the far side, Bonmati is back up to her feet. Spain want to make a change. It is getting heated, Karen Bardsley, and no wonder. There is so much at stake. History for both of these sides. A first World Cup for both of these sides. At the moment, it's heading Spain's way. England need heroics like they had at the Euros last summer.
They really do, and I do think the opportunities are going to continue to come for England. I think I see some elements of fatigue in the back line here for Spain. You know, Lauren James is getting around the pitch, really combining nicely with the likes of Lucy Bronze, Georgia Stanway, finding that space for Lauren Hemp, and really, really creating some attacking opportunities.
So Hermoso still receiving treatments. She does get trodden on by Georgia Stanway. Stanway was coming in to challenge for the ball. She stayed down, she's received some treatment, Hermoso, and now being helped back up to her feet. Let's head down to Katie Smith, pitch side. Katie.
Yeah, I've been watching all the substitutes with interest. They're over on the far side with me, Vicky, and they were very concerned about Alex Greenwood, who now has that big white bandage around her forehead. But what I can see under the overhang of the dugouts, Bethany England now stripped off. She's in intense conversation with the coaches around her. It looks like she's about to come on.
Well, she's been in brilliant form for Tottenham since joining them in January, Bethany England. 13 goals in 14 games. She forced her way into the World Cup squad. Jenny Hermoso is back up as England take the set piece, nodded on inside the area. Battier will get there and clear away. Hermoso waiting to come back on, and Alexia Putellas, the 2-time and reigning Ballon d'Or winner, is preparing to enter the field as a substitute. Hermoso, after injury, is ready to re-enter the fray and does so. And here comes the substitution. Bethany England as well is there, stripped and ready, and that will be the first change. Well, the referee is just coming over to Jenny Hermoso here. I think she's just trying to redo her hair, Jenny Hermoso, having been down and injured, and the referee's saying, right, you've got to go off. We can't stop play for you. You need to go off and make sure that you're happy and that it's not going to get in your way. The board has gone up. It's going to be Ella Toone coming off for Bethany England. And Ella Toone, of course, who scored that late equaliser against Spain in the quarterfinals at the Euro. So Jenny Hermoso still trying to sort her hair out so it doesn't get in her eyes when she's playing. Bethany England is on. Ella Toone already off, walking round that side of the pitch. Well, if they are to repeat the heroics of the quarter-final last summer, England against Spain, and find that late equaliser, they'll need another heroine to do it, because Toone is off, Putellas waiting to come on, Bethany England is on. And Millie Bright has gone up front again. Well, this paid dividends in the quarter-final at the Euros. This is exactly what happened. Bright went up top, the former striker in her young days, centre-half and captain now. But this is what worked for England before they scored the equaliser against Spain at the Euros. It's Serena Wiegmann's master plan, it turned out, last summer. As the ball goes out of play, throw to England. Alex Greenwood takes it quickly. So Bethany England's up there, Millie Bright's up there, Lauren James is up there as well. Hemp's come out to this right-hand side as Lucy Bronze switches the play. Out to the left, headed away by Spain. Picked up by Greenwood. Putellas still waiting to come on for Spain, who have 2 minutes plus added time to play in the Women's World Cup final. They are edging towards history. They're edging towards glory. Is this going to be heartbreak for the Lionesses, or will we see late drama? Bethany England has it, plays it back to Alex Greenwood, who just manages to keep that ball in. Jess Carter under pressure from Pariuelo, squares it to Lucy Bronze in the centre circle. Bronze head down, driving forward. Hemp wants it, has space on the right hand side. Bronze goes left instead. Bright is in there, flicks it up. James back to Bright, hits it from the edge of the area, and Coy gets their deflection on the shot, and the Spain goalkeeper gathers. And Spain will take their time over this. Karen Barsley. England have 90 seconds plus added time. There will be a lot of it because of that injury to Alex Greenwood. They still have hope, but it's fading.
Oh, Vicky Sparks, I feel sick. This is so intense, and obviously, listen, I want the Lionesses to do so well, and it's just agonizing watching these opportunities float by.
And here goes Pariuelo up against Jess Carter. England getting the light blue shirts back, but Caldente has it now, slides it into the area. Hermoso arse, fabulous block by Jess Carter, potentially goal-saving, potentially keeps England's Women's World Cup hopes alive. It's behind for a Spain corner, and they will make this change now. Caldente is off, and the two-time Ballon d'Or winner, Alexia Putellas, coming on.
It's a fantastic save from a fantastic block from Jess Carter. And this is it. The quality that Spain have, they're absolutely lethal on that transition, that counterattack. And oh my goodness, this will be so interesting to see Alexia Putellas come on for Mariona Caldente, who was taken off. Putellas was taken off in the semi-final and looked incredibly frustrated, feeling that maybe she had more time to make an impact, but she certainly has an opportunity now.
And she's straight into the penalty area as Spain look to put this game to bed against England once and for all. The corner is delivered. Millie Bright gets something on it. Spain trying to latch onto that second ball, cleared away by England. Lauren James wins the header as the light blue shirts stream forward. Hermoso plays it to Battier. 13 minutes of added time. Hey, we told you there'd be a lot here on 5 Live, the World Service and local radio. Spain coming forward now with Bonmati, almost loses it outside the penalty area. Back to Putellas, plays it forward. Battier has it, out to the right-hand side. Spain go. They lead by a 0-0 in added time at the end of this Women's World Cup final. Here is Putellas down to the corner flag. 13 minutes is a long time to keep it down there, and she's lost it. Lauren James has it, but she has 2 red shirts with her. Greenwood gets the foot in, but England have given it away. Spain have it, edge of the penalty area, right-hand side. Jenny Hermoso send it back to Aviera. Midway through the England half, out to the left-hand side, and Olga Carmona, the goal scorer, almost dispossessed by Lauren Hemp, but Carmona stands up so well. And now Spain slow the tempo. They are so good at keeping hold of the ball. Can England get it off them? Putellas out to the left-hand side. Carmona once more. Back to Aviera. England have time. We still have 12 minutes of it in added time to play, but they need an equaliser. They need a right-hand side they go. Greenwood trying to get a foot in. Bonmati has it. Oh, brilliant pass down the right-hand side. This could wrap it up for Spain. Brilliant save once again by Mary Earps against her former Manchester United teammate Onabache. It's behind for a Spain corner. Well, Karen Bardsley, if England somehow find a way to turn this final around, they have Mary Earps to thank for it.
They certainly do, and I think we really, really have to give credit to Mary Earps, because at the last minute, Onabache is closed down by Jess Carter. Jess Carter gets a touch and it deflects in midair to the near post of Mary Earps, and Mary Earps is so well balanced that she manages to regain her, well, essentially shift her body weight to the left, managing to get that big left foot out and make that block. It was a fantastic save, such fantastic detail.
Brilliant save from the women, voted FIFA's best goalkeeper in the world last year, and with good reason. Boos because Spain are changing their corner taker. It's swung in high by Pariuelo. Paredes is in there, thumping header by Lucy Bronze, flicked on by Bethany England, and the free kick has been given inside the area, and I think England will take that, because actually Bethany England's header went straight out of play. So free kick to England inside their own penalty area, and Mary Earps has the ball already inside the box. 2.5 minutes of the minimum 13 have been played. England 0, Spain 1. Karen Bardsley.
And this is where England really have to be clever about using their moments wisely.
Greenwood's ball forward, intercepted by Alexia Putellas, and here comes Bonmati, and England are getting stretched now. Down the right-hand side once more comes Spain. Ball into the area. Pariuelo's there. Oh, her and Bronze both missed it. It trickles through the legs of Pariuelo. Let off for Lucy Bronze. And Pariuelo with a huge chance to wrap it up. England have it. Lovely little dink clearance by Lauren James to Chloe Kelly, who sends it long. It's over the head of Bethany England and comes all the way through to Ivana Andres.
I have to be honest, I think the only player that I've seen with the same composure so far in this England side that I saw throughout the entire course of this tournament has been Lauren James, when she's come on. She's been absolutely the most relaxed player on this pitch.
It's such a hallmark of the way she plays. She can make the most complex, beautiful things look easy. And England needs some magic from her. They need some magic from anywhere. Ball out to this right-hand side is a brilliant one. Chloe Kelly brings it down. The light blue shirts arriving in the area. Kelly flicks the ball in. It's cleared away by Paredes for Spain. Pariuelo will help it on, but Spain now are sitting deep. Poor clearance by Lucy Bronze. Straight into Jenny Hermoso. Squares it to Alexia Putellas. Bronze has won it back, but there was a handball in there. And Spain have the free kick midway through their own half. 4 minutes of the minimum 13 have been played. It's England 0, Spain 1 in the Women's World Cup final.
Spain have played with so much composure today. I mean, think about Vicky when Koi was getting pressed, and she just managed to just kind of play around the England attack. Every single player has played with that composure today for the Spanish side.
Long ball over the top. Jess Carter under pressure from Pariuelo. Does very well there, Carter. Takes it out of the penalty area, doesn't concede the corner. The clearance will fall to Putellas, who then goes down. She pushed there by Stanway. The referee had a thing, gives the free kick, and they just can't afford to give away those sort of free kicks. She's given the referee a decision to make there, Georgia Stanway, with that push.
She has. It's not wise. This is an element of frustration coming in from Georgia Stanway. They've not really been able to get into the game, this England midfield. And listen, Alexia Putellas, she's got all the accolades. She's got the game intelligence. She'll know how to play that, and she plays it ever so well.
We still have 8 minutes of added time to play. Spain with this free kick on the left-hand side. They are edging towards history. Can the Lionesses rewrite the script in these final moments? They have to defend this set piece first. Abellera has it, swings it right-footed into the area. Oh, free header in there for Paredes, cleared away by Lucy Bronze. Bonmati racing in, thumped away by Jess Carter out of the penalty area, headed back towards the box by Spain. Well won by Kira Walsh, and now Lauren James has it, midway through the England half, up towards halfway. Here's Lauren Hemp, the light blue shirts are streaming forward. Millie Bright's up on the left wing. Lauren Hemp has it down the right-hand side. James in front of her. She has 2 red shirts with her, Lauren Hemp. She's going to be forced backwards. Can she cut it in field? No. Excellent interception by Jenny Hermoso. It does go out for an England throw on this near side, midway through the Spain half. Karen Bardsley.
Oh, and I'm just thinking she needs players, she needs support around her, and it just never came. Lauren Hemp was trying to take on 4 players at once.
Cleared away by Spain, but picked up once more by Lauren James. She'll advance down to the byline, up against Olga Carmona, whose goal has Spain on the brink of history. Scored in the first half. They've seen out 6 minutes of added time at the end of this second half. Still another 7 minutes to play due to that injury to Alex Greenwood, who is soldiering on with that white bandage wrapped around her head on the edge of the centre circle. Spain have the throw. Can England fashion one last chance? They've hit the bar in this match at 0-0 with Lauren Hemp. They've had a couple of sights of goal and haven't been able to take advantage in this second half. Mary Earps has made some outstanding saves, including from the spot against Jenny Hermoso. Spain will feel, Spain will say they deserve this. But football is never over until it's over. And England come forward now with Kira Walsh. Oh, great touch by Bethany England, trying to advance towards the penalty area. Well defended at the back by Spain and cleared out of place. Serena Veman, that's not a bad touch either, just inside a technical area. Plays it to Lucy Bronze, who will take this throw quickly. 6 minutes of added time to play. Alex Greenwood has it on the halfway line. England trailing Spain by a goal to 0. Their Women's World Cup dream, their hope of winning this tournament for the first time is fading, but Georgia Stanway's won it back on the edge of the centre circle. Spain get the foot in though, and here goes Bonmati, and there are tired legs out there now for England, and Bonmati is driving forward, still going Bonmati, just outside the area, might go for goal herself, charged down by Jess Carter, picked up by Spain once more. Pariuelo drives, excellent block by Lucy Bronze, but it's behind for a Spain corner, and England so desperately need the ball up the other end of the pitch.
It's a great last-ditch tackle from Lucy Bronze, and she needed to make it because Millie Bright was still up at the other end of the pitch, trying to be that outlet. And you can still see Alex Greenwood pointing to Lauren Hemp, to Chloe Kelly, to Lauren Hemp, to Beth England. Stay up, we need to take an outlet. Because listen, it's all on the line here.
And that's what they're doing. They're taking the risk, England. They have to do so, and Spain are responding to that. They're sending 4 red shirts back to prevent the counter-attack. Spain corner from this near side. Swung in deep towards that 6-yard box, flicked away by Jess Carter. Did it get a touch of Pateas? That's what Carter's appealing for, but in vain. It's another corner to Spain. 8.5 minutes played of the minimum 13 added on, and the England faces in the crowd have anxiety written all over them. England are moments away from seeing this World Cup dream ended at the hands of Spain.
Oh, I've got anxiety written all over my face. I just wish I could stop time right now. But listen, I still believe in this Lioness side. We've seen them do it before. Opportunities will come.
Time is ticking. Spain have the corner from the far side. It's swung into the 6-yard box once again. Oh, Paredes was in there. And somehow the ball skews away from the England goal instead of into the back of the net. Goal kick to England. Mary Earps has to launch this long.
Yeah, she will. She needs to get it into Millie Bright, who's come over to this near side. Double team Spanish fullbacks out here. Got Lauren Hemp on the near side here, ready for a flick on. Let's see what happens.
Mary Earps up towards halfway. Flicked header by Lucy Bronze. There ahead of Hermoso. Georgia Stanway wins it. Pateas with the overhead clearance. Jess Carter launches it back into the Spain half. Flicks inadvertently towards her own penalty area by Paredes, but England are still only midway through the Spain half, but they have a throw midway through that Spain half. Georgia Stanway has it. Takes it quickly down the line to Lauren Hemp, who just about holds on to it. Crossfield pass, though, is intercepted, and here goes Spain once more, and Alex Greenwood is racing to get back. Spain with Hernandez to the right-hand side of the penalty area. Down to the byline she goes. Oh, brilliant challenge by Greenwood. Oh, my word. If she gets that wrong, it's a penalty. And she doesn't. She gets it spot on. And that is the edge upon which England are living, because they need to win the ball back, which they've done. They need to send it into the Spain half, which they've done now with Carter over the top. Bethany England chests it down midway through the Spain half. Tried the clever little backheel pass to Chloe Kelly. Spain read it. It's cleared away by Ivana Andres. They have it out on the right-hand side once again, Spain, just inside their own half to Hermoso, who, despite having that penalty save, has been excellent. She's down Hermoso. The referee gives a free kick. Boos from the England fans inside Stadium Australia. 2 minutes to save their World Cup dream.
Oh, it's clever from Hermoso. She understands the game. She's reading it really, really well. Chloe just sticks a foot in a bit recklessly and absolutely stomps all over the foot of Jenny Hermoso. But I have to say, from start to finish so far, I think Spain have been ruthless, Vicky, and I think England have just been 1 or 2 steps behind, a bit reactionary on several occasions. You know, the ball kind of transitioning. They've not been as tight in possession as we're used to seeing, and Spain have been absolutely excellent.
Oh, Lucy Bronze misses the header. Pariuelo, loose touch. Caught Jess Carter there, surely. Yes, she did. Free kick to England inside her own penalty area. Carter's been outstanding again.
Yeah, you know, it's been a tough battle for her tonight against a lot of speed. And what we heard from Faye White in the build-up to this game is that as a defender, you're always massively threatened by speed.
Mary Earps has taken that free kick nowhere near from where it should have been taken. The Spain substitutes on the bench were protesting, but Spain have won it back, and England trying to do so themselves. Lauren James has it, but again, the whistle's gone. Spain have 2 players down. You can't blame them, Karen. They are on the brink of glory. This will be their first major trophy, let alone their first World Cup, and to do it on the biggest stage of all, they are eking out every second they can. 45 seconds of added time to play. You wonder whether there'll be a little bit more, given that we played 30 minutes in this second half. But the dream is fading for England.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's a painful game to watch and to experience as an England fan, as a lioness myself. And listen, it's been absolutely well played by Spain.
Spain's substitutes are ready to celebrate. They're asking for the final whistle. 20 seconds to play of added time. Lucy Bronze with the long throw. Millie Bright is up there playing as a striker now, and Lauren Hemp does pick it up. Down the right-hand side she goes. This is the chance for England. Can they find it? Brilliant header away on the edge of the 6-yard box. Bright's in there. Spain clear the ball out of the penalty area. It goes out for an England throw. And the referee says, don't take it yet. Spain have a player down. Boos from the England fans once again. Will England be given time to take this throw? If so, Mary Earps has got to get into that penalty area.
Yeah, frankly, I think she'll probably, well, the Spanish player that's down at the moment will probably end up getting up. Batya, she knows exactly what she's doing. She's back on her feet. Physios haven't had to come on, and I imagine the whistle's going to blow any minute here.
So England have a throw. It is now or never. Earps is still inside her own half. Jess Carter to launch it into the penalty area. High it goes. Spain with the header away to the edge of the box. Stanway lifts it back in. Kelly's there. Miscue from Spain. Is it going to be a corner? What's the referee going to say? She's given the corner. There'll be time to take it, and Mary Earps is going up now. And this really is the last chance for England. The last chance to keep alive their Women's World Cup dream.
Go on, Merps. That's all I've got, Vicky.
Corner swung into the 6-yard box, and Coy is there, and she claims. She's down. She's being patted on the back by her players. It's heartbreak for England instead of the heights of history. It is Spain's time to shine in Sydney. It is they who lift the Women's World Cup for the very first time, and the dream for the Lionesses ends at the final stage, on the global stage. They've made history by getting here, but they couldn't take that final step, and it will hurt so much for the European champions.
Vicky, I'm absolutely devastated for the Lionesses. You know, they've built so much momentum over the course of this tournament. They played some fantastic football, you know, in the quarterfinal, the semi-final, but I'll be dead honest tonight, they were outplayed by Spain, and I have to say it. Spain were very, very good.